to you by Microsoft Philippines this National Teachers Month. Through this webinar, we hope to share more tips and learnings from our community to more teachers in the Philippines and across the world. On our fourth year of running this webinar, we're excited to kick it off today, September 5, the start of the National Teachers Month here in the Philippines. A huge shout out to our partners at the National Teachers Month Coordinating Council and WEBBED EdTech Unit for co-hosting this webinar series with us. Please feel free to share this video to your fellow teachers or invite them to watch our session today by sharing this link or cross-sharing the post from WEBBED EdTech Unit. This is a Microsoft Teams live event. Microsoft Teams live events are an extension of Microsoft Teams meetings that enables you to schedule and produce events that stream up to a large group of audiences up to 20,000 people who can attend and view the live event. Microsoft Teams is part of the Microsoft 365 suite. To know more about Microsoft Teams and check your access, go to teams.microsoft.com and log in with your school organization email address. Good morning, everyone. My name is Grace, and I am your host for this webinar. Together with me is my colleague Jomar, who would be helping me look at your questions later and answer some of the questions or suggestions or feedbacks that will be arising in our comment section on our Facebook stream and on the Q&A panel here in our live stream. A little housekeeping to our viewers. Should you have any questions for the speakers or Microsoft Education in general, kindly click on the Q&A icon on the right side of the pane as illustrated in the screen, and your hosts and your facilitators or speakers will try their best to answer relevant questions raised. All right, first up, we're talking about Wakelet. Wakelet is one of the hottest tools that educators are talking about worldwide, and it's actually a tool that allows people to quickly organize and easily save and share content across the web and across different people and educators. Microsoft closely works with Wakelet to partner and integrate some features that educators have come to love along the years. To discuss more about Wakelet, we have a Microsoft Education Ambassador and a Microsoft Innovative Educator Fellow from DepEd Division of Pasig to share more about how he uses Wakelet and how Wakelet can be an integral tool to help students become more future ready. Everyone, may I call on Mr. Michael Morelia. Hello, Sir Mike. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Grace. Good morning, Sir Jomar.
All right, there you are now live, Sir Mike.
Okay, allow me to share my screen.
With us today. So a quick shout out to everyone. So it's morning here in the Philippines. It's a productive Saturday morning. So thank you for spending your Saturday with all of us here at Microsoft and DepEd.
Hello. So
Good.
yan, Miss Grace, kita na ba yung aking screen?
Kindly reshare, Sir Mike, so that we can push it again. So right now, they are seeing your very handsome face. Live na live ka. Live na po tayo ngayon, Sir Mike. So quick shout out lang while Sir Mike is presenting his screen. Good morning everyone from SDO Bulacan. Hello po sa mga taga Bulacan. Hello from Lapu-Lapu. So marami rin tayong mga taga Lapu-Lapu.
Okay, how about this one, Miss Grace?
Yep.
Is my screen
Yep. We
okay?
can see your screen now.
Okay. So, yeah. So welcome to our first webinar for this Web 4.0. So I'll be sharing with you some of the good stuff about surfing the 5 Cs for future ready students with Wakelet. So I'm Mr. Michael Morello from SDO Pasig City. So before I proceed to my presentation, allow me first to greet all the teachers around the world, around the Philippines, a happy Teachers Month to all. So today's we're celebrating our first day for our month-long activities. So this year, the World Teachers Month theme is Teachers Leading in Crisis, Reimagining the Future. So hello po sa lahat ng mga teachers na nakaka-tune in sa atin live sa Facebook and of course sa ating Microsoft Live event. So my topic for this morning is about surfing the 5 Cs for future-ready students with Wakelet. So I think bagong-bago sa ating to lahat ngayon. Okay, so this Wakelet webinar will allow us educators to unlock the power of the platform in their classroom and use it further improve student skills across the 5 Cs: collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, communication, and what's good about Wakelet's curation. Educators will be able to improve collaboration, communications, and teamwork in the classroom and around the world. Prepare our students for the future with the critical thinking and creative skills they need in work and life. And last, provide a free learning platform for students that encourage independent learning and engagement to all. So before I start my presentation, so let me present to you. Yeah, may makakasama tayo sa ating webinar today. He is Mr. James Davis, the Wakelet Community Head.
Hello, or should I say, kumusta, to Michael and all the amazing educators over in the Philippines. I'm James from the Wakelet team, and I just want to say a huge hello and a huge thank you for joining today's session with Michael. We hope you enjoy it, we hope you enjoy learning about Wakelet, and if you need anything at all, please know that me and the Wakelet team are here to support you and all the educators in the Philippines. So enjoy the session, hope to see you soon, and welcome to the Wakelet Wave.
Okay, so thank you, Sir James. So aside from James,
hello.
Ayan, makakasama natin. In Wakelet, we have this pool of trainers or team. So we have Callum, James, Helen, Misba, and Taija. So you can follow them on their Twitter account if you want to learn more about Wakelet and updates on Wakelet. Now, so Wakelet is basically a free platform that allows you and your students to save, organize, present, and share content across the web. So let's explain Wakelet in 3 basic steps. So first, we can bookmark anything. So we can save any content across the web, articles, videos, blog, tweets, docs, podcasts, and more. So we can bookmark anything you find online in just 2 clicks. So basically, teachers, napakarami mga resources na makikita natin sa web. So ang problema natin lagi, paano natin to i-bookmark, paano natin to masisave at magagamit in our future reference. We can organize, so sa dami ng mga reference na yan, so paano natin siya ngayon i-organize and i-curate. So yan ang gagawin sa atin ni Wakelet. So we can organize and curate. We can arrange our bookmarks into stunning collections. So we can add images, text, and more content to make your collection meaningful and engaging. And then last, after curating and organizing our content, what's next? So we can now collaborate and share our contents with others. So we can invite others to collaborate with us and your students, collections to your ideas, inspirations, and knowledge. We can share collections with a single link or via integration with your favorite apps. So ang maganda sa Wakelet is that we can integrate and collaborate yung mga favorite applications natin. So makita nyo sa aking left screen yung napakarami mga applications kung saan pwede natin i-integrate yung mga gagawin natin sa Wakelet. Yeah. So what are the key features of Wakelet? So first, we can collaborate. So kahit walang account, for pansamantala, wala pang account yung mga students natin, wala pang account yung mga co-teachers natin, we can collaborate in Wakelet. Second, we can copy a specific collection. So make your collection copyable. This way, people can make a copy to their own accounts and they can edit. And third, ito yung partnership ni Microsoft sa Wakelet. Meron siyang immersive readers. It can translate any text on Wakelet into over 60 different languages and more. It's a great opportunity for inclusivity and equity. Ayan. And last, we can embed our collections in our existing LMS. Yan. And of course, kung meron tayong Canvas, Schoologies, or meron tayong Moodle, or meron tayong mga specific websites sa school or personal websites, so yung mga collections na gagawin natin sa Wakelet, we can embed this. Ayan. So paano pwedeng magamit ni teachers si Wakelet? So we can use these educators for our press releases, research, lesson plans, events, online libraries, of course, collaboration. We can also use this for our newsletter in creating portfolios, digital storytelling. We can also use this for our work project and creating of deep resources, and of course, for our personal development. Ayan. And for collaborations, sabi natin maganda si Wakelet for collaborations. Yan, pwede siyang magamit ng mga students natin and colleagues for book reviews, personalized blended learning menus, virtual learning community, school newsletter, and home pages. Yan, they can also use this for our student digital portfolios, formative assessment, flip video lessons. Yan, mamaya titignan natin kung paano tayo makakagawa ng mga video lessons in Wakelet. And of course, group research project, note-taking and sharing, and of course, last is student art and literary magazine. So, marami tayong pwedeng magawa sa loob ng Wakelet. And of course, ang maganda sa Wakelet is that this is not just in a tool. So, meron siyang buhay na community for educators to share resources, content, materials, and collaborate together. o yung mga available collections na ginawa ng mga educators natin. In showcase area naman, makikita naman natin dito yung mga magaganda at mga showcase na pwede nating gayahin or pwede nating gamitin as a reference sa pag-create ng ating mga Wakelet collections. Yan. And of course, yung ating tinatawag na profile area, ayan. Pakita natin yung profile area natin. So this is the profile area. Again, you can edit your profile area. You can add your cover page, profile picture, a bio net of you, and you can also add up to 5 accounts, 5 social accounts na para pwede kayong ma-follow ng mga educators or students na nasa loob ng Wakelet. And in profile area dito makikita natin yung mga collections natin na on public. So makikita natin since Wakelet teaches us on how to organize and curate our ideas. So makikita natin dito na how pwede natin organize yung ating mga Wakelet collections. So meron dito mga sections para mas madaling makita yung mga collections na ginawa natin. Ayan. So let's go back to home area. Let's now create our collection. So paano ba tayo gagawa? Ano yung mga pwede natin i-add na content sa loob ng Wakelet? So just click this green button, create a new collection. Ayan. So ready na ba kayo sa pag-create ng ating Wakelets? Ayan. So sabayan niyo ako sa mga may hawak na mga devices dyan. Sa mga hindi pa nakaka-download, again, you may now download sa ating Google Play or sa ating App Store. Ayan. This is 100% free. Again, sa mga nanonood, kakapasok pa lang, kaka-join pa lang sa ating sa call ngayon, sa ating Teens Live event at sa mga nanonood dyan sa Facebook account ng ETU. Ayan. So, go to wakelet.com. Okay, ready na ba tayo sa pag-create ng ating account o sa pag-create ng ating collections? Now, so let's now create our title. Ano ba yung gagawin nating collection? So for in this purpose, since we're talking about Microsoft Education, so let's create a content about Microsoft Education. So ano ba yung mga magagandang applications or tools na magagamit natin sa Microsoft para sa ating remote or online learning? Ayan. So ang title ng collections na gagawin natin for this day is about Microsoft Education. So you can write a descriptions about this collection. So for example, sample collection. And we can also add a cover image. So click that. So we can upload image from our devices or we can choose from a library. So I'm going to choose a photo from Unflash. I'm going to choose or get sample. Okay. I like this one by Dick Morrison. Okay. Ayan. So meron na tayong cover photo. You can edit your cover image. Or you can have it full cover image or half image. So half lang natin siya. Ayan. So okay na yung mga preliminaries natin. We have cover image. We have now our title. And then we have a description. Or web. So okay na yung ating title. Now, let's now click add content. Just click this green plus button in adding a content. So ano yung mga content na pwede nating i-add sa Wakelet? So we can paste, yan. Siyempre alam natin yung copy paste. Yan, we can paste a URL o yung link ng mga specific collections na gusto nating add. We can add text. We can add a YouTube videos. We can add tweets from Twitter. We can also add yung mga na-bookmarks nating collections. We can also add image from our device. We can also upload PDF files from our device. And of course, we can add our files or specific resources na naka-upload sa ating clouds. For example is the OneDrive. Yan. Yung pwede kayong mag-add ng mga files or ng mga content na nasa ating OneDrive. And of course, another partnership with Microsoft. Ayan. This is also powered by Flipgrid. You can still remember yung talk natin about Flipgrid last June sa ETU. Yan. So yung sa mga gumagamit now ng ating Flipgrid, so ito rin yung isang partnership ni Microsoft at ni Wakelet. So meron tayong Flipgrid short video sa loob ng ating Wakelet. Okay, so let's now try to add a content using pasting our URL. So since we're talking about Microsoft Education, okay, so kukuha ngayon tayo ng content from the web. I'm opening my browser. Ayan. So ano ba yung mga Microsoft Education content na pwede nating makuha? So for example, we're going to look for remote learning with Microsoft. Ayan. So may magandang content dito, distance and remote learning for Microsoft Education. Ayan. So yung content na yon ay kukunin natin at dadali natin dun sa ating Wakelet. Ayan. So maganda siyang content. Dito natin makikita yung mga magagandang tools na pwede nating magamit in distance and online learning. Ayan. So kukunin ko to, just copy the link. Again, copy the link and then highlight or then go back to your Wakelet and then click the plus sign, paste URL, and that's it. Yun. So nandun na kagad yung ating content sa loob na Wakelet. Okay, so ganun lang kabilis yung pag-add ng specific content sa loob ng ating Wakelet. Okay, so try to look more. Hanap pa tayo ng isa pa. Ayan. So isa sa mga favorite apps na ginagamit ko sa Microsoft is yung Teams na pwede natin magamit sa ating online and distance learning. Ayan. Ayan. Kunin natin itong content na to and then dalhin natin siya doon sa ating Wakelet. Again, paano siya makuha? Paano natin siya madadala? Just copy the link and then paste it. Ayan. There you go. So ganun lang kabilis, just copy and then paste the link doon sa ating URL space. Ayan. Ngayon, pwede rin natin i-edit. We can edit this title. Ayan. Just click, we can edit this title. Halimbawa, gusto natin palitan yung Microsoft Teams, Group Chat Teams. We can edit that. Yeah. We can prompt. Since yung nakuha nating content is about on how to download or install our Microsoft Teams, so we can edit the content or the title. So sabihin natin, download the Microsoft Teams now using this link. Then click done. So ganun lang kasimple. Ganun lang kasimple yung pag-add ng content, specific content from the web. Okay, so yung makakita ngayon ng ating collection, magpo-prompt siya na there's instruction is to download Microsoft using this link. Okay? Now, ano pa yung pwede natin ngayon magawa? So we can add a content. So just click add text. So makikita natin very simple lang yung makikita natin mga editing features dito sa ating text box. So we can add content, we can write your content, we can add some insights, or you can also add message, or ano pa pwede natin ilagay? We can also add comments, and of course, etc. Yan. So Makikita natin dito, we can bold, we can italize, we can underline the words. We can also use the heading 1, the heading 2. We can also add a tab, what we call this, bullet. And then we can also line it up in the left, centered, or right. And of course, another thing is we can also link a specific content in our collection. So, paano natin siya gagawin? Okay, so tuturo ko ngayon sa inyo. Now, hanap tayo ng isa pang content. So, another thing na very favorite ko sa Microsoft is that Minecraft. Yan. Puntahan natin yung website ng Minecraft. Ayan. Gusto ko tong Minecraft na to, na dadali natin siya. Yung site na yan, ayan, dadali natin siya dun sa ating Wakelet. So, paano natin siya gagawin? Ayan. Go back ulit ako doon sa ating Wakelet account. Click the plus green button. Add text. Yan. And then, type ko lang Minecraft Education. Yan. And then, highlight. And then, just click this link button. Ayan. So, kailangan natin ngayong kunin yung link ng website na gusto nating i-link dito sa ating content. Okay? So, balik ako dito sa ating Minecraft. So if you have now your Office 365 account, ayan, sa mga may DepEd Office 365 account, pwede na kayo makapaglaro, makapag-create ng inyong mga learning resources dito sa Minecraft Education Edition. Ayan, kunin natin siya, copy, and then paste lang natin sa link address, and then add link. Okay. So anong napansin nyo? Naging green siya. So meaning to say, yung website na yon na kinuha natin is nakalink na siya dito sa ating content. Ayan. So hindi na natin makita yung pinaka loob ng ating content na kinuha unless ang nakalagay na lang is yung ating link. Okay? So mamaya bubuksan natin siya. Okay, ano pa yung mga pwede nating ma-add? Of course, we can also add yung mga YouTube videos. So if you have your video lessons na naka-upload sa YouTube or meron kayong mga lessons sa tingin niyo magagamit niyo sa klase na nasa YouTube, so you can directly integrate yung mga YouTube videos na yan sa loob ng ating Wakelet. Ayan. So, ang maganda, hindi niyo na kailangan lumabas pa or pumunta sa another browser para makapag-integrate ng YouTube. Ayan. Kasi sa loob ng Wakelet ay merong YouTube browser. Okay, click lang natin siya. Yung mga favorite ko na app sa Microsoft. OneNote. Ayan, favorite app ko rin to. So, hanap tayo ng content sa OneNote. Ayan. So, napakarami magagandang mga video tutorial and lessons about OneNote. So, if you are new with OneNote, so pwede kayong pumunta sa OneNote. You can subscribe. Ayan. And then, sample lang, kunin lang natin to how to use OneNote effectively. Just click that. Makita nyo, naka-highlight na siya. Naka-box na siya ng naka-box na siya ng blue line. And then just click add. And then automatic, naka-link na siya sa loob ng ating Wakelet. Ayan. Pwede na siyang ma-play later. Ayan. Isa pa natin, try pa natin kumuha ng isa pa. Ano pa yung favorite app ko? Sway. Favorite ko rin yung Sway. Hanap tayo ng content about Microsoft Sway. Maganda ang Sway for digital portfolio. Ayan. So how to use Microsoft Sway. Click lang yan. And then pag nag-blue box na siya, just click add. And then automatic madadala na siya sa ating ginagawang okay, ayan. So we can also add tweets. You can also add bookmark. You can also add image. You can also upload PDF files. You can also add a OneDrive content. Yan. Sample ko nga tayo ng isang OneDrive content. Yeah. So sa mga bagong gagawa, of course, kailangan malink yung ating Wakelet account sa ating OneDrive account. So mas maganda kung ano yung ginagamit yung email ad sa inyong OneDrive. So para seamless yung integration at pagkuha ng mga files sa OneDrive, so maganda na iisang account na lang yung email ad na gagamitin natin.
Alright. Sir Mike, singit ko lang po. So just an announcement to all of those who are viewing at the Facebook live stream at DepEd ETU. So there might be some issues in terms of connecting the stream. So that's why it's a little bit blurry. So maybe advise everyone to transfer to the Teams live event because it's clearer here and the stream is more tuloy-tuloy. So, kindly check lang po the comment section po sa ating Facebook live stream. Nandun po ang live event link. So, lipat na lang po tayo if may konting blur. Right. So, thanks, Sir Mike. Go ahead.
Okay, so we can add a content from our OneDrive. So lahat ng mga content na nasa OneDrive nyo, pwede nyo siyang i-add dyan. Whether it's a Word file, whether it's a Excel file or PowerPoint, yan, pwede natin siya ma-add. So for this purpose, I'm going to add this Microsoft Live account and how to create an account. It is in a PowerPoint file, so i-add lang natin siya dun sa content na ginagawa natin. Then click that. Pag nagkaroon na siya ng blue check button, yan, or blue check mark, just click open para malink na siya doon sa ating ginagawang content. Ayan. Let's wait for a while nang makita natin na directly na naka-integrate yung ating PowerPoint from our OneDrive. Yon. So nakita nyo, nandun na siya. Okay, now, ano pa yung maganda rito? One of the favorite features ko dito sa Wakelet is that yung Wakelet, yung adding of Flipgrid video. Again, if you are fond of Flipgrid, ayan. So merong Flipgrid sa loob ng Wakelet. So just click that. And then let's wait for a moment. I'm going to close my I'm going to turn off my video para mag-sync naman yung aking Flipgrid video. Ayun. So ready na ang aking Flipgrid. Ayan. So in Wakelet, just like in Flipgrid, meron tayong 10 minutes to record a specific video. So ang maganda rito is that if you are creating a collection for your lesson, so you may add a video lessons or video tutorial or very quick instructions using this feature. Ayan. So if you are ready, again, you have 10 minutes to record your video. So click lang natin itong red button na to, red circle button na yon para mag-start yung ating video recording using Flipgrid. Click lang natin. 3, 2, 1, ready? Again, welcome to our Wakelet webinar in our Web 4.0. Ng ating videos. So we have 10 minutes to record. So isa-isa natin yung features ng Flipgrid Flipgrid video na to. So, yung mga effects na meron sa pag-create ng video. So, let's click create. So, we can filter our So I like this one. Yeah. So pwede kayong mamili ng different colors na gusto nyong gamitin. So I'm going to use this one. Okay. So ano pa yung mga effects na pwede nating magamit? We can also add frame. Ayan. So makita nyo dito yung mga different frames na pwede nating ilagay. So I like this news report. Ayan. Pag nakapili na kayo, ano pa yung mga pwede nating ilagay? Of course, very millennial. Sa mga students natin, gustong-gusto nila ito. Ayan, so pwede silang maglagay ng mga emojis, stickers, etc. Okay, yeah. So we can add accessories. Try natin maglagay ng accessories. Yeah. Gusto ko tong ito. Parang trick ko tong yeah, nasa na siya? Ayun, so yan, naka-sunglass na ako. There you go. So ano pa yung mga pwede nating ilagay? So we can also add text in our Flipgrid video. Hello. Ayan. Happy Teachers Month to all. Oops. Oops. Yan. Okay, ano pa yung pwede natin ilagay? We can also draw. Pwede kayong magsulat sa loob ng ating Flipgrid video. You can also add board. Ayan. So kung gagamitin mo siya sa video lesson mo, you can add board. So meron tayo ditong iba't ibang klase ng board. So for math teachers, ayan. So meron ditong graph. So if you're going to create a graphs, mga ganyan, so pwede nyo gamitin yan. And pwede nyo gamitin yung buong full screen ng ating graph. Or pwede nyo ayan, pwede natin i-split screen para kung gusto mo makita yung sarili mo na habang nagdi-discuss ka while discussing dito sa ating screen na may graph, etc. Okay. So ano pa yung mga effects na meron dito? Of course, you can also add photo and you can also add a video clip sa loob ng ginagawa mong video. Okay. Another cool things na meron sa loob nito is that we can upload a video clip, we can mirror the video, you can mute yourselves, and of course, sa mga gumagawa at mahilig gumawa ng mga video lessons, yan, just like in Microsoft PowerPoint, meron ditong record screen. So once you click that, ma-record nyo na yung available open screen or PowerPoint screen para makapag-record kayo ng video screen just like in Microsoft PowerPoint. So if you are done with the recordings, ayan. Just click this next button. Yeah. So, so again, welcome to our Wakelet webinar in our web 4. Yeah, and then let's create a selfie for our thumbnail. Oops, ba't ganun yung itsura ko? Redo? Ayan. Ayan, kapag nakapag-selfie na tayo, just click next. Okay, let's wait for a while. Bad connection. Ayan. So makita natin, nag-upload na yung ginawa nating video sa loob ng ating Wakelet. 61%, mabilis na yan. So depende yan sa bilis ng ating bilis ng ating internet connections. Oops! Okay, so 100%. Ayan, let's wait na makita natin na ma-upload yung ginawa nating Flipgrid video sa loob ng ating collections. So ayun, nandun na sa loob ng ginawa nating video. Ayan, nandun na sa loob ng ating Wakelet. So ganun lang kabilis. Ganun lang kabilis yung paglalagay o paglalagay ng pictures ng Flipgrid video sa loob ng ating Wakelet. So now, if you think na okay na yung mga content na nilagay natin dyan, so we can reorder. We can reorder these collections, this content. So just click this easy reorder mode. Yeah. So pwede nyo na ngayon siyang reorder by just dragging the content from up, down. Yeah. So ganun lang kabilis yung pag-re-reorder nito. Okay. So kung sa tingin nyo okay na siya, and mapapansin nyo rin dito na automatic nagsisave yung ginagawa nating content sa loob ng collections natin. By default, yung ginagawa nating collection is in private mode. Okay. So meaning to say, kapag naka-private mode siya, kayo lang yung nakakita ng collections na yun. So, pero pwede natin siyang gawing public. Again, pag sinabi nating public, everyone can see these collections. We can also use the unlisted button. So, unlisted meaning to say kung sino yung mga bibigyan mo ng link, kung kanino mo lang i-share itong collection na to, sila lang yung makakita. Okay? So, for this purpose, I'm going to pick or choose the public button. So meaning to say, everyone ngayon na nasa call natin ngayon, sa mga naka-live ngayon, pwede niyong puntahan at makita itong ginawa kong collections. And then if you are okay, just click done. Let's wait for a moment. Ayan. So okay na yung ginawa nating collections about Microsoft Education. So, ito yung mga cool features na meron tayo sa Microsoft Education na pwede nating i-share. Ayan. Yun ang ating Flipgrid. Okay, now, after creating our content or our collections, what's next? Of course, we want this collection to be shared. Kailangan natin i-share. Paano natin ngayon i-share itong ginawa nating collections? Okay? Okay, meron kayo makikitang dalawang button dito sa taas ng collections natin. We have the invite and share button. So, pag sinabi natin share buttons, basically yung ginawa nating collections can be viewed. Mag-view siya kahit walang Wakelet account. Yeah. Kahit walang Wakelet account, yung makakatanggap ng link na to is makikita pa rin nila yung ginawa mong collections. So you can share this using QR. Yeah, so pwede lang scan lang yung ating QR na yan. Or you can copy the link and then share it sa ating mga social media account. You can share it via email. Yan. You can embed this in if you have your LMS, if you have your website. So just click this embed code and then automatic ma-integrate na yan sa ating mga LMS or website. You can export this as a PDF file. So once exported na to as a PDF file, pwede mo nang i-print yung ginawa mong content. You can share it directly in your Microsoft Teams. So kung meron kayong Microsoft Teams for your classroom as an LMS, so you can directly send it as an announcement dun sa specific channel sa inyong Microsoft Teams. Of course, you can send it or share it in your social media account, in Remind, Reddit, etc. Okay? Or just copy this link and then magbilis na siyang may share doon sa mga recipient. Okay? Okay, what else? Ano pa yung pwede nating magawa? We can also invite others na makapag-collaborate dito sa ginawa nating content. Okay. So makita natin very simple lang yung pag-create ng ating collections. Ano pa yung pwede nating magawa dito? We can also add a background. Yeah. So makita nyo napaka-bare, very simple lang yung background na ginawa natin. Just click this setting button and then we can add background image for that specific collection. Again, we can upload an image from our device or we can choose from our library. So pili lang tayo ng sample, education pa rin. Hanap tayo na magandang pwede natin gamiting background. Ayan. I like this one. Let's wait for a moment habang nag-upload yung ating background. Ayan, medyo humina ang ating internet. Ginawa natin siya. So ready na yung ating ginawang collection. Just, it's okay na, just click done. Ayan, medyo may let's wait for a while. At ba't parang naglo-load ang ating internet? Let's wait for a while. Yeah, if you have questions, just type in sa ating Q&A questions bar or comment sections. Yeah, kung may mga questions din kayo, you can comment it sa ating Microsoft page or ETU page. Let's wait for a while at medyo bumabagal ang ating internet connection. Ayun, I think okay na siya. Ayan. Ayan, so okay na yung ginawa nating collections. Now, another good things about Microsoft is that, about Wakelet is that we can collaborate. We can have a real-time collaboration dito sa loob ng Wakelet. And let's see kung makakapag-collaborate tayo sa mga naka-tune in ngayon sa atin. So let's see kung makakapasok kayo sa gagawin nating Wakelet collaborations for Microsoft Web 4.0. Ayan. So I created a sample collections and let's see kung paano kayo makakapasok dito sa aking ginawang collection. So again, Wakelet is good for collaborations. I have here a collection titled Wakelet Collaborations for Microsoft Web 4.0. Okay, sa mga naka-tune in sa atin live, yan, sa mga naka-tune in sa atin ng live sa Facebook natin or sa nasa Microsoft Live Events Teams natin, so you can add your name, school, locations, or feedback, insight, or any message for our teachers since we are celebrating our National Teachers Month. So paano kayo makakapasok dito sa ginawa nating collections? Again, so kanina pinakita natin yung share button. So you can share kahit walang account yung mga students natin or co-teachers natin, pwede lang ma-view yung collections na ginagawa natin. For collaboration space, we can use this invite button. Okay, click natin yung invite button and then we can invite others na makapag-add ng content do sa ginagawa mong collection. So paano siya gagawin? So meron ditong invite link or just copy this link and then share it to the recipient. Okay? So copy nyo lang tong copy link na to or you may use this code. Copy this code and then enter this code doon sa ating space. Later papakita natin. Or just scan this QR code. Okay, just scan this QR code. Okay? Ayan. So let's see kung may makakapasok. Kung may makakapasok doon sa ginawa nating Wakelet collection. Ayan. So again, sa pinakita ko, papasok kayo dito. Just type your name, school, location, where you are right now. Give some feedbacks or insight or any message. Tignan natin. And let's see kung sino yung makakapasok later on. So balik lang ako dun sa aking PowerPoint. Ayan. So ito yung ating code. So go back to wakelet.com. Just click enter code. Go to wakelet.com, click enter code, enter contributor code. Ito yung ating code, 90CD96A, or just using your phone, scan this QR code, and then makakapasok na kayo doon sa ginawa kong collaboration space sa ating Wakelet. Okay, let's see kung sino-sino yung mga makakapasok doon sa ating ginawang collaboration space doon sa ating Wakelet. Okay, so let's wait for a while. Tignan natin kung sino-sino yung makakapasok. Again, paki-screenshot this habang and then I will discuss something pa doon sa ating Wakelet. Okay, let's go back to my content sa ating Wakelet. Ayan. Now, if you think okay na yung collaboration space mo doon sa collection na yon, lahat ng inaasahan mong content or yung mga students mo nakapasok na doon sa ginagawa mong collaboration space, and then ayaw mo nang tumanggap ng another content, so you may generate a new link and code para hindi na makapasok or hindi na magamit yung existing code na nakashare sa social media or nakashare sa mga students or mga friends mo. You can also manage contributors. So you can also manage contributors. So lahat ng mga nandito sa loob na makikita nyo dyan kung sino-sino yung mga nakapasok. And then you may just delete or pwede nyo silang alisin doon sa content na ginagawa. Okay, so what else? Ayan. So another good thing, very quick na lang, another good thing, bagong-bago sa Wakelet is that meron tayong tinatawag na Wakelet spaces. So aside from collaboration space sa loob ng ating collection, we also have a collaboration space named as Wakelet spaces. You may now create your spaces like this one. Yan. Like this one. So, yan, hindi tayo masyadong mag-deep dive dito sa content na to. This is another webinar. So, you may also have these Wakelet spaces. Dito naman, kung dun sa nauna nating pinakita na Wakelet collaboration space sa loob ng isang collection, this one, they can create yung mga members ito, they can create a specific collection na. So dun sa nauna, limited lang yung pwede lang magawa, but this one, they can create a specific collection dun sa ating collaboration space like this one. Okay? Yan. So if you want to learn more about Wakelet spaces, just go to Wakelet. So wakelet.com or just tune in doon sa kanilang, you can subscribe them sa kanilang YouTube account. So let's wait for a while. Tingnan natin kung sino-sino yung mga makakapasok doon sa ginawa nating Microsoft Education Collections. Ayan. So what else? Ano pa yung mga pwede nating magawa? Ayan. Now, so since very limited lang yung time natin dito sa ating Wakelet, ayan, very limited lang yung time natin sa Wakelet, don't worry kasi bibigay ko yung mga links na pwede nating puntahan after this webinar. So ang question now, paano ko ba ginamit itong Wakelet? So ano yung mga pwede nating gawin dito sa Wakelet na to? So for this example, so since we are now in the online learning, we are preparing our modules, we are preparing our video lessons. So ito yung example na ginawa ko sa aking Wakelet. So ayan, so I'll be sharing you one example na pwede natin gawin. Yeah. So ang problema natin ngayon after we created our video lessons, nakagawa na tayo ng ating mga worksheet, nakagawa na tayo ng ating self-learning module, paano natin ngayon ito i-share sa mga students natin? So you can use Wakelet to organize and curate your lesson. So like this one, pamana ng kabias ng Egyptians. So nandito mismo yung PowerPoint presentation ko, and then nandito mismo yung aking mga content, yung mga questions, nandito rin yung aking video lessons nasa loob na naka-upload sa aking OneDrive. Nandyan yung ating mga pagsasanay, yung ating mga activities na ipagagawa sa mga estudyante, paglalahad, valuing, and of course, we can also integrate our Microsoft Forms na ituturo sa atin mamaya ni Miss Jade from Davao. So we can also integrate yung ating mga online quizzes, yung ating online surveys, and of course, yung buong lesson, yung buong module na naka-PDF file, pwede natin ilagay dito, yung ating digitized worksheet, and of course, yung ating PowerPoint na ginawa, pwede rin natin siya ilagay dito. And then, ito na yung buong lessons na pwede natin ibigay sa estudyante natin. So, hindi na maraming links. Di ba? Ang problema natin, kada file isang link. So dito, isang link na lang i-share natin sa mga bata. Just get the link, copy, and then send it, or you can embed this in your LMS or in your website. Okay, so what else? Aside from that, yung buong lesson for first quarter, kung naka-ready na rin siya, pwede rin natin siyang gawa ng collections like this one. This is module for Aralin Panlipunan 10. Ito yung mga ginawa ng mga writers natin. Shout out sa mga magagaling natin at masisipag natin mga teachers na gumagawa ng writers. Yan. So ito yung buong ready na yung ating modules for first quarter. So lahat ng modules ay nandito na, and that ready na siyang i-share sa mga estudyante natin. Okay. Ayan. So, I think that's for now. Yun muna. And then let's see kung may nakapasok na kaya dito sa ginawa nating collection. So let's wait. Yan, parang wala pang nakakapasok.
Sir Mike, while waiting to populate the Wakelet, so we have some questions lang then that relates actually to contributing to the content. So
Yes.
First is, kahit sino po mabigyan ng link ng collection of content ay maa-access ng students ko kahit walang account ng Wakelet?
Yes, ma'am. So kahit walang account yung bata o yung educator, yung co-teachers mo, once na binigay mo yung share link nito, ayan, so they can view yung ginawa mong content. But pag binigay natin yung invite contributors link naman, they can contribute dun sa content na ginagawa natin. So kahit walang account yung mga students or mga pupils natin, pwede nilang ma-view or pwede silang makapag-contribute ng content. Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Sir Mike. Now, as a follow-up to that question, now retroactive naman, what if naman gusto natin gawing exclusive lang to a certain domain or to a certain group of people? Is that also possible?
Yes, ma'am. Kung gusto naman natin specific lang yung makakatanggap, we can share this link doon sa mga specific na tao na gusto nating pagbigyan ng link na to.
Right. Yeah, so it works both ways, no, Sir Mike?
Yes, ma'am. So, right now, may mga nakapasok na ma'am doon sa ginawa nating collaboration space. We have Ma'am Amparo. Shout out to Ma'am Amparo G. Sanchez from Cagayan de Oro City. Ayan. So ito na po yung mga nakapasok sa ginawa nating collaboration space. Now, one good thing about this, balik tayo dun sa ating invite link. We can manage our contributors. So since nakapasok na sila doon sa ating content, let's wait for a while. Tama ba? Ayan. Since nakapasok na doon sila sa content na ginagawa natin, we can manage their contributing capacity. So we can add them as a administrator, or we can add them as we can manage them as a contributor. Meaning to say, kapag contributor sila, ang pwede lang magawa dun sa content na nilagay nila is they can edit or they can delete it. But once you are administrator, kapag na-manage ka as administrator, ang pwede mo magawa is that you can edit, you can delete a specific content, or you can add a content na kinontribute ng mga contributors. So yun yung difference ng dalawa.
Thanks, Sir Mike.
So yun. Right now, yung ating Wakelet Spaces ay not yet available kasi bagong-bago siya. Hindi pa siya available sa ating phone apps. So available pa lang siya sa desktop application. Ayan. Okay, so may mga questions pa ba, Miss Grace?
Right. So very popular question. Is Wakelet available offline?
Ayan. So, right now po, ang Wakelet is online. So, we can use Wakelet in our online learning or remote learning. So, online po yung ating Wakelet. Of course, if we're talking about collaboration, so if we're talking about collaboration anytime, anywhere, kailangan online po talaga.
Right. Okay, meron pa po tayong, we still have a question, Sir Mike. So this one is, it's interesting. So I think this, the one who asked is a user of Microsoft products, because the question is, how is Wakelet similar or different to Microsoft's Way?
Ayan, very good questions. Ano yung difference? So nakita naman natin yung mga features. Nakita natin yung features ng Wakelet, siguro sa mga gumagamit na ng Microsoft Way. So number one is yung collaboration space. So I think mas marami yung nakakapasok, makakapag-contribute. In terms of number of contributors, mas maraming pwedeng mag-contribute sa loob ng Wakelet. Second, ang difference nila, yung Wakelet is very simple. But if you want your presentation na mas bongga, kumbaga mas creative, yan, pwede nyo ang gamitin natin is Microsoft Way kasi maraming features for creativity si Sway. Another thing, ang wala naman sa Sway is that we can record specific video. We can record our video, we can create our video lessons sa loob ng Wakelet. But in Sway, right now, wala pa yung ganong features, but we can add videos sa loob ng Sway. Pero hindi pa tayo makakapag-record ng video sa loob ng Sway. But other features almost the same. Yun lang yung difference natin. What else? I think yun lang yun. We can also add Sway in our Wakelet. Same way, we can add or integrate Wakelet in our Sway. So yun, Miss Grace.
Right. So talagang, it's like Wakelet kasi parang acts as a hub wherein you create your materials, right? And then Sway naman, on the other hand, is actually can be a presentation tool that's mobile and can actually be viewed online. So it's really, I think, it really boils down then on how teachers are actually, or curators will be using the tool. So I think it depends din kasi sa context kung saan mo gagamitin. Tama, Sir Mike?
Yes, ma'am. So kung meron kayong magagandang content na nasa Sway, and if you want to curate it, you can curate it sa loob ng Wakelet, or kung meron kayong magagandang content na nasa Wakelet, you can curate it then sa loob ng ating Sway. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Sir Mike. No more other questions for now. So yeah, you may proceed po.
Ayan. So, what's next after this webinar? So, since limited lang yung time natin sa webinar natin yun. So, what's next? So, sabi natin, ang maganda sa Wakelet is that meron siyang very active and proactive community. So, you may join our community. So, paano kayo makakapag-join sa community ng Wakelet? Just type Wakelet community. Yan. Para makapag-join kayo sa community natin and earn your first badge in our Wakelet. Yeah. So, paano kayo magiging part ng community ng Wakelet? Ayan. So, just type community.wakelet.com and then makita nyo dyan, join the community today. Just click that. Make sure na meron na kayong account. Of course, kailangan meron na kayong account sa inyong Wakelet. Then, yan. Just answer the following questions and then that's it. And then let's wait na lang tayo doon sa confirmation na ipadadala sa ating email address. Ayan. Yung makakausap natin, yung sumasagot sa ating mga email, ayan, yun yung kaninang si Mr. James David, yung ating head ng community. Okay. So join kayo sa Wakelet community and then after joining, syempre, gusto pa nating malaman ano ba yung mga ganda pang features ng Wakelet na pwede nating magamit talaga para fully maximize and utilize na magamit natin yung Wakelet. So, you may go to Wakelet training. Wakelet Training Center. So, we have a training center. So every Tuesday and every Wednesday, meron silang continuous training. So yan. So sa under training.wakelet.com, meron tayong 3 pamamaraan para continuous yung professional development natin dito sa specific tools na yon. So number one, of course, we can use the Pro course and Wakelet webinars, and last is the MEC or the Microsoft Educator Center course. So let's go first to Wakelet webinars. Click that. And then nandito yung mga link. Yeah, so we have professional development with Wakelet. So nandito yung mga available webinars. Available webinars sa Wakelet. So we have a beginner's guide to Wakelet. So you can register here every Tuesday. So usually sa Pilipinas, I think 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock up to 1 o'clock. Hindi mo, medyo madaling araw na siya kasi UK-based kasi yung webinar na ito. You can also join, become a Wakelet Pro Surfer. Just register. Yeah, how to learn, how to use Wakelet Spaces. You can register. Simple ways to engage into your classroom. Ayan. So maraming mga webinars, continuous webinars, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Usually madaling araw siya. And then after 1 hour webinars, makakatanggap din kayo syempre ng certificate. Ayan. After attending the webinars. And of course, syempre, meron din tayo niyang sa Microsoft Education Center. Ayan. So tingnan natin. I still have time. Ayan. So later on, ituturo ko sa inyo kung paano mag-create ng account sa Microsoft Educator Center. But for now, so meron tayong available course sa Microsoft Educator Center. Just go to Microsoft education.microsoft.com and then go to serve the 5 C's with Wakelet. Ayan. So meron tayong course dyan. This is a 1-hour course. After taking the course, yeah, mag-take ng assessment and then you will be receiving a badge and certificate for this. Ayan. So I think that's for now, Miss Grace and Joe. Meron pa po ba tayong mga questions?
Sir Mike, I have a question. So as someone working with a lot of educators, I'm just curious kasi Wakelet is a new tool that's being introduced right now. And I know there's a lot of buzzword around Wakelet as a tool nga that teachers used to curate. So kayo as a teacher, what's your personal experience in using Wakelet and how has it, parang changed at least the way you parang address your students, or yun nga kasi nga parang Wakelet is helping you trigger the 5 C's, right, sa iyong students. So maybe you can share a bit ano ba yung parang pinaka-wow moment mo while using Wakelet?
Ayan. Thank you very much. Tama yung galing ng question mo, Miss Grace. Ayan. So I'll be sharing with you. I started using Wakelet last January. So bago tayo mag-lockdown, so since I'm teaching social studies and I'm teaching grade 10 students, so excited na sila sa kanilang moving up ceremonies, submitting their projects. So bago mag-lockdown, so alam naman natin sa grade 10, sa mga grade 10 and grade 12 teachers dyan, mabilisan na yung pagsasubmit ng mga requirements ng bata. Tama? So, ginamit ko yung Wakelet para dun sa last requirements ng mga estudyante ko. So, meron kaming requirement, title niya is Project Citizen, wherein yung mga students is nag-deep dive dun sa community, they are looking for a specific problem and then how to solve it using public policy. And instead of usual na after ng research, nagta-type sa Microsoft Word and then piniprint and then sinasubmit yung hard copy. So paperless yung ginawa naming activity. So we use Wakelet as our platform in submissions of their requirements. So nung mag-lockdown, so syempre wala nang face-to-face, so we communicate using Wakelet and they submitted their final output using Wakelet. So let's see, tignan natin yung ginawa ng mga bata. Project Citizen. So yung final output ng mga bata ay ginawa nila dito sa loob ng Wakelet. Ayan, let's see. Ayan. So again, Project Citizens, basically we inculcate the citizenship for our students. So yung output ng mga bata is nasa loob nito. So they collaborate sa paggawa ng kanilang final output, and then so nandiyan yung statement of the problem, yung existing policies na available for that specific problem, and then ano yung proposed policy nila. For example, dito ang problema ng community is that yung computer rentals curfew. yung pagdating sa paggamit ng computers sa mga rental shops. Yan. So yung nag-create sila ng magandang policy and then they suggest it sa barangay. Ayan. So nandito na. So and then after this they use cliplet video para makita ko naman ano ba yung reflections nila doon sa 1 month sa 1 month or 2 months activity namin. So dito mapapakinggan ko talaga na ano pa yung mga natutunan ng mga bata using creations of reflections. So basically, Wakelet helps me to understand kung ano ba yung mga understanding ng mga bata doon sa activities namin. And of course, with the use of Wakelet, na-develop sa mga bata yung kanilang critical thinking kasi siyempre, sa paggawa ng mga learning activities, doon natin na-develop yung mga skills na kailangan ng mga bata para maging future ready sila. Ayan. So nung magkaroon ng lockdown, so wala naging problema ang pagdating doon sa submission ng requirements ng mga bata.
Right. Okay.
So paperless na yung pag-submit ng mga requirements ng mga bata. Oops. Sure. And then professionally naman, ayan, ginamit ko rin for professional development ko naman. Ayan. So since marami tayong mga webinars na ina-attendan mga dear teachers, di ba? Siguro pwede nyo rin magamit itong Wakelet para ma-curate nyo yung mga online certificates na nare-receive nyo. Siguro kung saan nakasave yan ngayon right now, kung saan maaaring nakasave yan sa inyong mga email ad or nakasave lang yan sa desktop nyo or sa laptop nyo. So you may curate yung inyong mga professional development webinars. Ayan, so para hindi natin hagalapin saan ko ba nilagay yung mga certificates niya yan. So, yung mga online certificates niyo, pwede niyo ring i-curate sa loob ng Wakelet. Ayan. Kita ko lang yung sample. Ayan. So, lahat ng mga Wakelet webinars ko, na certificates ay naka-curate sa loob ng aking Wakelet. One stop na pag kailangan ko siya, madali ko siyang ma-frame. Ayan. So, mas napapadali niya, mas na-organize niya yung buhay ko bilang teacher right now.
Right.
Also, in times of pandemic, ayan, so kung mahilig tayong gumawa ng ating playlist, ayan, sa YouTube, pwede din kayong gumawa ng playlist sa YouTube, yung mga favorite niyo, mga nakaka-inspire at nakaka-motivate na mga music videos na pwede niyo panoorin. So, you can curate yung mga favorite music videos niyo and then pakikinggan na lang natin dito sa loob ng Wakelet. And of course, in terms of collaborations with
Tingnan natin. Tingnan natin.
shout out po sa mga nandito ngayon. Si Ma'am Geraldine Donato, yan. So we have SDO Ilagan, yan. Nakabot tayo hanggang Mindanao. Ayan. Thank you very much po sa pag-add ng content. Ayan. Ayan. So yun, Miss Grace.
All right. Okay, Sir Mike, any final parang thoughts, no, as educators start to explore this tool, any message that you'd like to say to the teachers na magta-try ng Wakelet before we finally wrap up your session? Yes po.
Okay, so basically in this time of pandemic, so we are bubbling with our loads of works sa ating work from home. Marami sa mga teachers na very busy sa pag-create ng kanilang mga video lessons, sa pag-create ng kanilang mga modules and other digital worksheets. So thank you very much teachers sa lahat isa kayo, isa tayo sa mga heroes in this time sa pandemic. So we are preparing our students to their futures this coming October 5. Ayan, so siguro ang last message ko siguro, make our lessons or make our learning, student learning, simple, relevant, and meaningful. And with the use of Wakelet, yung three core or basic core na yon ng hybrid learning is makakapsul doon sa paggamit natin ng Wakelet. Make our learning, again, simple, meaningful, and relevant. So with that, thank you very much and happy Teachers Month to all. God bless us.
All right. Maraming salamat, Sir Mike. Thank you so much for sharing about Wakelet. So again, this is an invitation to all of the teachers and curators out there. You might want to try Wakelet. It's free. Just go to wakelet.com. Right. So before we proceed, just announcement again. If you would want to view this video na mas clearer, kindly go to the Teams Live link event, which is actually seen in the comment section of our Facebook stream sa DepEd ETU. So may konting lag lang po and konting blur sa ating pagme-mirror ng event sa Facebook Live. Now, if you would want to, again, see this video in a clearer resolution, please feel free to go to our team's live link. Alright, so shout out po sa ating mga teachers na nanonood ngayon. So again, happy start of the National Teachers Month. We have viewers all the way sa Cotabato, Panabo, Parañaque, Leyte, Iloilo, San Carlos, Nueva Ecija, Pampanga. Sa lahat po na ating Microsoft Education Ambassadors watching and supporting this, and of course, sa ating mga WEBBED Division Officers, sa ating mga rito, si Ma'am Johnny Line, nag-hi po siya earlier. So thank you so much for spending your Saturday morning with us. All right, so now we have our next speaker. So after Wakelet, now we will be talking about Microsoft Forms. So Microsoft Forms is actually one of our favorite assessment tools. It's a tool wherein you can easily create surveys, quizzes, polls, and easily see the results as they come in. So it's a favorite tool for teachers because they usually use this for assessments. And whenever you create a quiz, a survey, or any questionnaire, you can actually easily invite others to respond to it by using a web browser or any application on the phone. Like if the phone has a browser, sorry. What's also nice about Microsoft Form is that it has built-in analytics so that you can easily evaluate responses as they come along. So now let's discover how we will be using Microsoft Forms to create formative and summative assessments with Miss Jade April Agang-ang, who is also a Microsoft Education Ambassador and a Microsoft Innovative Educator Fellow from DepEd Division of Davao City. All right, so Miss Jade, good morning. Are you here?
Hello, check. Ayun.
Hello, Miss Jade.
Hello. Hi, Miss Grace, Sir Jomar, and Sir Mike. I hope I could be heard. Ayun. And hello to our fellow educators who are watching us right now at FB Live through the DepEd ETU Unit Facebook page. And hello also to my fellow educators here in Davao City, especially to our principal from Daniel Arginaldo National High School, Mr. Leo B. Asilo, and our fellow educators in Daniel Arginaldo National High School. So, thank you for that humbling warm up, Miss Grace, for that introduction. So, for now, we are going to talk about Microsoft Forms. And I know that if I may just share my screen, I know that teachers have used some online forms. We have done a lot of online forms already. And then most of us are familiar already with our online forms. But now let's talk about Microsoft Forms. And let us try to check on how you can use Microsoft Forms for assessment, especially now that we are in this pandemic and there's no face-to-face interaction with our students, and how we can use this one with our students now that we don't see them, and how we can use this one for assessments, for reviews, or for just simple as surveys. Let me share my screen to you. All right. I hope that you could see this in your end. I am sharing my banner. So we're going to share, collaborate through Microsoft Forms, and we're going to create authentic assessments using Microsoft Forms. And this is our objectives for our training. So simple. We are just going to create authentic assessments using Microsoft Forms online. And we are going to review answers online and offline. And we are going to collaborate using, of course, Microsoft Forms. Moving forward, most of you would be asking what is Microsoft Forms, or maybe you are familiar already with Microsoft Forms, but what is it? Ano ba talaga siya? Okay. Well, in Microsoft Forms, you can create quizzes, we can create surveys, and we can also create polls. If you might be thinking, surveys, it's a longer version of a poll. For surveys, you could have multiple questions and multiple answers. But in polls, you could ask one or two questions. Just for example, when you ask your students, "How are you?" and then you're just going to give some few choices. Those are anyway. We're going to talk about that more later. And in Microsoft Forms, we can invite others to respond using any devices, any web browsers, or any mobile devices. And this is what I love about Microsoft Forms. We don't need an app to open Microsoft Forms. And if you're just going to share Microsoft Forms, they don't also need an account in Microsoft Forms just to answer it. And this is also my favorite. We could see real-time results as they are submitted, and responses can be exported to Excel for additional analysis or grading. Now, who can use Microsoft Forms? Teachers, students, administrators, businessmen, everyone can use Microsoft Forms. And if you are an Office 365 subscriber, you can use Microsoft Forms. Or if not, you can have, for those debt accounts, for those teachers who have debt at Microsoft accounts, or Microsoft 365 personal subscription. However, do not worry. If you do not have an Office 365 account, you can use personal Outlook account. You just go to outlook.com and then you're all set to use Microsoft Forms. Now, how can teachers use Microsoft Forms? So there are numerous ways, and I'm just going to show you a few, right? You can use this one for daily attendance, assessments, especially it's September, so it's almost end of the semester, and first quarter examinations are on the move now, so you can use Microsoft Form for assessment. You can use this one for feedback form, surveys or polls. And you can also use this one to gather data for online basic profile of your students, which later I will show you. So if we're going to make assessments in Microsoft Forms, you should log in first to your Microsoft 365 account. Or if you do not have a Microsoft 365 account, you can use your personal Outlook account. So I'm just going to exit from this slideshow and I'm going to let you see how my Microsoft Forms page look like. So we're going here. So our training will go like this. I'm going to show you first my account under Microsoft 365. And then we're going to another account, which is my personal Outlook account. And then we're just going to compare what's the difference with forms, or if there is any difference with forms in personal account and forms under Microsoft 365. So let's start with here in Microsoft 365. So you can see my screen. I hope it's clear on your end, right? So as you can see here, I'm a grade 9 advisor, and later I will show you what's inside this form. And hello, teacher. You're going to answer this one later. And this is my new section, grade 9 Banahaw. under my school right now, and we have actually 17 responses, and you will know what's inside this form. So basically, these are all the forms that I have. Most of this are expired already kasi tapos na po sila. Alright, let's check. So let's start here. So every time that we have a training under Microsoft, or I have an engagement with teachers training, I always let them answer an online form just to get their feedback with regards to the training, or just to check if they have learned something from the training. A simple assessment. So we have here 76 responses. If we go up, this is Division of Davao City's virtual training on Microsoft 365. We had a 1-month run last August with our division ITO and SGOD. A division of Davao City hosted this event. And I was also with Mr. Michael Morelia, our speaker a while ago for Wakelet. And we did an assessment using Microsoft Forms. So let us try and click one. Click natin ito. So what's in Microsoft Forms? This is it. So we had 3,189 responses. And if I'm not mistaken, just correct me if I'm wrong, we can have more than 3,000 responses in Microsoft Forms. I think more than 10. Okay, more than 10K. So one form can be answered by numerous people. So this is the first part, Division of Davao City. So this is the title, and these are the questions. Okay. Now, as you can see, so this is question number 1. It is Microsoft 365 app that serves as a cloud storage for files. This one, yung may check, yun po yung tamang sagot. Okay? And if you go down, all of those words that has a check on it are the correct answer. Okay, so my true or false. Then we have some choices, another true or false. Now we're going to check the responses here. I'm going to click that and we'll see. So we have 3,189 responses. So the average score is 7.2 and status is closed because it was given last month. And you can see down here, we can open it in Excel, but we will just do that later. So let's go down. So for question number 1, let's just have a walkthrough kung ano makikita natin sa Microsoft Forms. So this is number 1. So in question number 1, we have, if I'm going to hover my mouse or my cursor here under the word OneDrive, so it means that there are 2,964 teachers who answered this question correctly. So nakapay na siya on this side. Okay? And on this part, we have 6% who answered OneNote, which is wrong. So this is what? Nakagraph na siya, nakapay na siya. So it's easy for you to check the answers of the teachers or students, especially students. So everything is on pie. Nakapie siya, nakapie graph. And we have 3,037 teachers who got it correctly. So this is the green part. If we go down, everything is in pie graph and everything has its percentage of how many who got it correctly and how many who got it wrong. So diba in school we have that. Okay, we check, okay? We verify how many, okay? We have the item analysis. Now let's check and review answers. We're going to click this one, review answers. And we will see on how we can review the answers of our students or our respondents through Microsoft Forms. So I just click that one and let's see, it should lead me to another page. We'll just hold on for a while. So it's not letting me go to, ayan, hold on. So that's the power of technology. It's making you wait. It's asking you to be patient, and there it is. I hope you could see that on your end. So as what you should be seeing right now is the review page of Microsoft Forms, and we're going to review the answers of our respondents. So what is this for? You can review the answers of your students per respondent or per student. Okay, so sa item analysis, we need this one. Ano pa yung mga term na yun? Item analysis, uh, correct response. Okay, we can check actually per respondent if we have a quiz or we have an exam because it's time, like September already. It's time for assessments, first quarter assessments. Then we could check here through Microsoft Forms if how the student is catching up, and we could actually check the performance of our students. Of course, there is totally a change of grades or performance by our students right now because of the pandemic. Most of them are self-learning or taught by their parents. So everyone is adjusting. So dito natin makikita through Microsoft Forms review of respondents on how they are now doing when they are homeschooling. So we are here in respondent 3. Okay? So respondent 3, because in the online form that we did not ask for their names for privacy. So we just had respondent 1, 2, and 3. Okay, but for your assessment, you can ask your students to type down their names. Anyway, it's only you who can see their names. Okay, all right, so let's move forward. So for respondent 3, so time completed was about 1 hour, 1 minute, sorry, and 23 seconds. Okay, all right. So that's 1 minute and 23 seconds. Points over 11, respondent 3 got 8. So let's go down and let's see here, review your notes. Example lang ha. All right. So where is the word review? And for this pandemic, our virtue really is patience. And when we have assessments, it's honesty at the same time. So it's not showing. But anyway, um, nag-freeze ang screen natin, but it's alright. We could put a feedback here. You could write there, review your assessment or review your notes. And you can actually print this one, this whole part that you are seeing, and you can give it to your student. Or you can take a screenshot of it, and then you can send it to your student. You could use Microsoft Teams for this. Or you can use Wakelet for this. Diba? Para part ng inyong collection. Okay? Collection of assessments of your students. Okay, if we go down, which I cannot do, all right? If we go down, we can actually check per answer, per question and answer of the respondent. And then dito natin makikita kung gaano ba kagaling si student or kung ano ba ang needs of improvement ni student. Okay? If you have 50 respondents, you can actually review all 50 answers or 50 responses. Okay? And it will not be a bother to you because you're online. At the same time, naka-item analysis na siya. Okay? Nakalagay na dito kung tama siya at ilang points niya. Nakalagay na dito kung saang part ang mali niya at ilan ang tamang nakuha niyang sagot. All right. So let's go up. All right, page isn't responding. I'll just exit the page. Okay. Ayun. I'm so sorry for that. And I'm just going to type in again. So we're just going to close that. And I'm going back to my Office 365 app. But this is the power of Office 365. You just can go back and click again the app, and it's just open. And I just hope that your school has requested already for your Microsoft 365 accounts para pare-pareho po tayo magkaroon ng Microsoft 365 accounts. Okay, so that was one example. Okay, it was just quick example of how we can review the answers of our respondents per student or per respondent. We can actually review it. Now here, let's go to what is very timely now. I've made a basic online form for my students because I have not seen them yet. Their names were just given to me, and of course their contact numbers. However, I have not seen them. Okay, they were basic information about them, but for me, I want more. Okay, so I'm just going to click this one, grade 9 advisor. That's me. Now I've sent the same form to my students. So ito yon. Okay. So this is me. This full name, birth date. Please provide email address you're using for Facebook page because I'm going to add them on the page that I made. Gender, are you a transferee? And daming question, no? So there are many questions. There are actually how many? 17. But let's take a preview. We click that one. And then when you check how many questions do you see, there are only 5. Okay. For example, let's write the name, Juan de la Cruz. Siya talaga yung famous. Birth date, or let's say April 9. Ano ba yung mga usual date ng mga bata natin? 2000. Okay. The value must be a number. Oopsie. So, let's make it 04. 0409. Okay. Kasi mali naman ang sample ni ma'am, di ba? Okay. Provide email address. Sample lang tayo. Okay, gender female. Are you a transferee? Now, this is the tricky part, and we're going to do this one after we answer this. Okay, if the student answered yes, let's try to see what will happen. If yes, and if you see, there are more questions that will come out. But if we click no, only a few questions will come out. Okay, so we call that one branching. Click yes, name of previous school, or let's say SMAD, address of previous school, let's say Pasig. I live with my mother only, father only, guardian, mother and father, because, we have students who, have a different arrangement with their parents. So I live with my, let's say if mother only, so ilalabas mother's name, mother's contact number you prefer to be contacted to. So hindi na po lalabas yung mga questions that is irrelevant to the respondent. Okay? If we click father only father's name, father's contact number, and contact number you prefer to be contacted to. So other questions which does not relate to the student will not come out anymore. Guardian. So name of guardian lang, relationship to guardian, at contact number din ng bata kung saan niya gustong makontak. What if parents? Okay? Mother and father. Mother's name, your mother's contact number preferred to, hindi lumabas si father, sorry. Okay, we'll fix it one later. All right, so these are just samples of how we do branching. Okay, now let's do branching. We'll go back. Okay, so ano bang ginawa? For branching, all of the questions should be written first. Okay, so let's have a demo. So this is what we're going to do. Let's create a new quiz. Okay? A new form tayo, sorry. So, new form. Let's do the same thing ha sa ginawa natin kanina. Let's say it's basic profile of students. So we'll just do the editing later, spellings and so. This is for grade 9. Section what? Section faith. Okay, sample. Okay. Now we want that our students will be able to answer questions that are relevant to them. Okay. So dito tayo sa text. All right? So sa question, full name. Okay. Pwedeng maglagay ng picture because you could insert an image here. On top, we can. Okay, but we'll do that later ha, para type tayo lahat. Encode tayo full name. And you can either encode Tagalog, Bisaya, or whatever language that you are using, but as long as you're using Microsoft Forms, so that will be alright. Okay, it does not matter. So full name, so you know, sometimes you need to put an example. Ayan, so Juan de la Cruz. Okay. Now, you have to make this required. What I do is I check long answer. I click that one. Required means you cannot submit this form if they will not fill in the box. Okay. Then add new. Ayan. Sorry, I think I could hear our neighbors. All right, next. Let's have text. Kanina we did birth date. A while ago, nakita nyo nakalagay dun sa baba, restrictions. We can click this one. We'll go down. And then restrictions. Restrictions is number only. Ibig sabihin dapat number lang isulat. But if you don't want, you can just unclick that one. Let us see. Unclick mo yon. Birth date. And you can make a sample. Okay? We always make an example to give our students an idea of paano ba isulat. Okay? But you know, we have to be open that there are times that our students, even if you give an example, ayun, nagkakamali pa rin. They don't follow the instruction given. But it's alright as long as they have given the right birth date. Or else, it will not be what? Okay? It will not be successful. Okay, so add new na naman tayo. So dito tayo ha. Let's have a choice. Choice. So there are a lot of private students coming from private schools who transfer to public school. Okay, so you can put here, are you a transferee? Tama ba? Transferee, sorry. Ano ba yan? Ayun, I hope I got it right. Are you a transferee? Okay, so you have two choices, yes and no. Or we can't say maybe because kailangan talagang yes or no. Alright? Okay, so this is required. You don't put multiple answers because you could click both yes and no. Alright, so it could be yes or no. Okay, it's not yes and no. So you're transferring now. Let's add branching here. Okay, but before we add branching, let us first type a question wherein we're going to branch question number 3. So let's add new and text tayo. So if the student answers yes, that's the time we're going to type in here what will be the next question if the student answers yes. So name of school. Tama ba? So if a student is a transferee, you're going to ask from what school did he came from or he came from. Let's say name of previous school. I hope I got it right. Okay, name of previous school. So that's required. And let's add new. If you want, you could ask the address of your previous school. You want to know where is it. Okay, is it somewhere out of Luzon, outside NCR? So you have to know. Or else, if late tayo malalaman, paano tayo kukuha yung mga forms niya, yung mga school forms. So name of previous school, address of previous school. Okay, I think those are the two things that we want to ask. Kasi naman, when they enroll, they will give you the card. What if the student, so these are for these questions, name of previous school, address of previous school, will be for the student who answered yes here if they are a transferee. What if no ang kanyang sagot? Okay, so gawa tayo ng another question. Let's have number 6. If the student is not a transferee, what are the informations that you want to get? Okay, for example, section in the previous school year. If it's a big school, maybe you could ask a section previous school year. Okay, that's required. And then let's have add new text tayo because everything should be text if there's no choices to do. Name of previous advisor. Okay, let's stop there for a while. Now let's go back to our previous question. Are you a transferee? We're going to click this gray part here, and then we're going down, and we're going to click. I hope you could see that on the right side of the screen. And we're going to click add branching. When we click add branching, beside yes, if the student clicks yes, meron tayong go to. So if the student clicks yes, saan siya pupunta after? Where will the student go? So when the student clicks yes, the next question will be, okay, name of previous school. So that's question number 4. Now let's go down to question number 4. Name of previous school. We're going to click that. After the student clicks yes, he or she will answer name of previous school. After the student answers question number 4, what will she, he, or do next? Go to, baba tayo, okay? Address of previous school. All right. Okay. So that's branching. Now, if the student answers no, let's go back again. Okay. If the student answers no, what will be the next question? Okay. That could be section in the previous school year. Then let's go to section in the previous school, question number 6. Click that one. Baba tayo. And then, name of previous advisor. All right. Now, let's try to preview our form and we will see if we did it correctly. Let's click back. So if we have this kind of icon here, it means we have a branching for this form. We'll click preview on top. And then, so we have full name. I'll practice I'll just going to put my name. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Birth date. August 30. Ay, wag lang 2020. All right, sige, 2000, or example. Okay, are you a transferee? So this is a tricky part. All right, so if you could see, there are no other questions after you're a transferee. So are you a transferee? You're going to click yes, and that's the time lalabas si name of previous school, address of previous school. Oh, that should not be here, okay? Section of previous school year. Pwede namang wala siya. All right. So basta lalabas yun na. So let's go back. Okay. Love questions. So are you a transferee? We'll just go back here. Are you a transferee? So we'll click branching. When the student clicks yes, name of previous school, then go to question number 4, address of previous school. That's number 5. After here, I think we should make a last question. Saan na yun? Let me just get it right. Let's go back. And then we're going to add a question. Let's have another text. What we're doing is branching first tayo, ha? So for branching, number you want to be contacted to. So we can end the question. Contact number na lang. Let's not make it complicated. All right, contact number. All right. So let's go back and let's review because this is very important. Because when we give this to our students, ayaw nating malito sila. So are you a transferee? Name of yes. If the student clicks yes, go to name of previous school. Then let's go to question number 4. Then it becomes, after they answer here, question number 5 siya, address of previous school. Let's go to question number 5, address of previous school after dito. Punta tayo sa another branching, contact number. Then let's go to contact number. Pagtapos niyan, click natin ang end of form. Ayun. Akit po tayo. Again, let's go back here. If a student answers no, section the previous school year, hanapin natin si question number 6. Let's look for question number 6. After the answer section the previous school year, name of the previous advisor, then contact number tayo. Then that will be the end of form. So let's try to check if this is correct already. Let's go to preview. Okay. So full name. All right. Birth date. Let's say April 1, 2000. Are you a transferee? So let's click yes. Ano po ang question na lumabas? Name of previous school, address of previous school, all right, kulang. Address of previous school, okay, contact number, and that's the end of form. Okay, but if the student clicks no, so section previous school year, name of previous advisor, contact number, then submit. So we don't need to let all the students answer all those questions or put none, or NA, because it's not relevant to them anymore. So that's how we add branching. Okay, so one question leads to another question if it's relevant to that answer. But if it's not, it will just direct you to another answer or another question that is relevant to the respondent. So that's how we add branching. It saves time, although it's a bit, it's not tedious, but it needs time for you to make it. And just make sure that all your questions will be there first when you type in the question before you do the branching, so that you can navigate which part they will go to. So let's go back. Now, if we click here, let's go back here and we can add pictures. So on this right side, we'll click that one. You can add pictures, or you can add pictures from your desktop, or you can add pictures from what? Okay, from here, let's say Philippine flag. And we are going to get this one from yung tinatawag Creative Commons. Okay, it's easier if we get this one from the net. Let's say click that one, then add. Okay, and then the Philippine flag will come up here. Or so that your students will be able to know you, sino po ang advisor nila, you can put your picture here, and you could put here basic profile of students, and you could put a little bit of description about you and their section. Hello, grade 9, I am your advisor, and you put your picture here. Okay? So, yun. Sorry. We actually have immersive reader for this. I know Microsoft really wants it to be inclusive to its respondents or to its customers. Kahit alam din natin that we have students who are frustrated readers or NR or FR. And we will let immersive reader read for our students, but it will just read, as of the moment, it will just read English. Okay? So if we click this one, it will let immersive reader read whatever is on the page. On this part, yung naka-green lang siya. We'll click it. Now I'm thinking if I click include system audio, but it's all right. Okay. So I'm just going to click that.
Basic profile of students. This is for grade 9 section faith.
All right.
Basic profile of students. This is for grade 9 section faith.
Okay, so that's how we use immersive reader under Microsoft Forms. And for those who are wondering what are these letters here, we click that and the student has, or the reader, or even you have the choice to make it bigger, the letters on the side, or make it smaller. Okay, so it depends now on your preference. Now, if you have students who have vision difficulties or FRs or frustrated readers or non-readers, and you have sent this form to their parents, and then the parents can use this one so that they could, give the students time to think and answer by letting immersive reader read for them, and pati sa assessment natin pwede rin. Okay? So, you could change the theme. Depends on the preference of the teacher, the student who would want to use immersive reader. Okay? And then we have grammar options. For teachers, English teachers, if you want to have an assessment for English and you want the students to, you know, tama ba, saan ang verb, saan ang adjective, dito pwede. Okay? So all naka-purple is all naka-purple is nouns, sorry. Then lahat ng naka-red are verb. Oh, verb is a verb. All right. Then everything in green is adjectives, if there is, or basic. Then adverbs. I think there's none. There's none. Okay, reading preference. We have one line of focus. Then we also have picture dictionary. But this is basically for those who want to use immersive reader when they use Microsoft Forms. Okay, but actually this is also best for Microsoft Word and OneNote. So for picture dictionary, is i-click natin ha for the purpose of this demo. Wala siyang picture. It's just a word.
Basic.
All right, student. Okay, so let's go back to our forms. Then concentrate on that. All right, so that's it. So again, what we did with this is we just practice branching and we click immersive reader for those who are not able to follow. Again, ang ginawa lang po natin is we practice how to use branching. This is good for surveys, okay? Or if you want to use branching for your assessments, if it's a correct answer, it would lead to another answer. That's how we use branching. But I love using branching when I give profile to my students, basic profile, I let them answer so that the relevant questions will just be answered. Okay, so let's go back. Now I'm going to show you the actual form that I gave to my students. I'm going to click forms here, and this is it. This is it. Okay. This is the actual, and as of the moment, still being answered by my students. This will end on September 14. So it's grade 9 Banahaw. That's my school, and I have 17 responses as of the moment against 40 plus of them. Okay, so this online form will serve as advisors basic information. This is for class profile. Fill in all required fields. And please provide correct information. So ito po yan siya. So same as what we did a while ago. Full name, birth date, provide email address because I'm going to add them in the Facebook page that I made. Gender, are you a transferee? Okay, so we're just going to have a quick click on that. Okay, so we have 17 responses. We can open this in Excel, but no, because these are information about my students. So we have the full name, baba tayo. So here, okay. Let's go directly to the gender because on top, 1, 2, 3 are private, and we should give my students some privacy. It's their name and email address. All right. So it's gender. So nakita natin dito, I only have 5 female students who answered this form and 12 male students who answered this form. So that's how you use Microsoft Forms, and that's the information given by Microsoft Forms online. Are you a transferee? So 0. I don't have any transferees yet from among the 17 students. Okay, 17 are all coming from the same school. Okay, or here we have the demographics. I live with my. So this is crucial. I really want to know if how are my students responding to this pandemic, and at the same time, I would have an idea of how they are now because some doesn't live with their parents or some just live with their mother or only their father. So diba? So it's for me it's also asking, oh, kumusta sila? Okay, sino ba kasama sa bahay? So I have one student who lives with the mother only, one student who lives with the father only, and one student who lives with a guardian, and most of them lives with their parents. Okay? So section the previous school year, name of previous school. So wala, 0, 0 ibig sabihin kasi there's no transferee. So mother's name, contact number, ito name of guardian. All right, so that's it. Okay? So this is the actual form that I made with my students. Now let's go back. Now let's have a quiz. Let's switch now from this part to the other side. I'm going to click here and let's go to Microsoft Forms. Now, what you're seeing now is Microsoft Forms Personal. The one we opened in Microsoft Edge, that is Microsoft Forms Office 365. Now we will see Microsoft Forms Personal, and I made the quiz through here. So I love giving my students quiz. All right. So here, it's a summative grade 9 Taal summative assessments. We're going to click this one. So nakita nyo kanina on how we review the responses of the students. So these are the questions. Okay. Everything that has a check on it are the correct answers. Let's go to responses. Now this is where we're going to download the Excel file. Okay. When you use Microsoft Forms, it already has what we call an item analysis. So everything that you use in Microsoft Forms, either surveys, polls, katulad kanina, okay, basic profile of my students, I can download it using Microsoft Excel. So all of us are using Microsoft Excel, so Microsoft Excel din ang mas madali. Okay. So the response are 15. Kanina nag-review tayo ng answers. Tingnan naman natin how it looks like if we open it in Excel. I'm just going to click this one. And we're just going to wait. And we're going to check, no? All right. Tala ano si ma'am. Okay. So I hope you saw that. Dito tayo sa left side ng aking screen. And show in folder, which I always do. I don't open directly. So that's grade 9 Taal summative. Let's click on that. Ayun. Let's make it bigger. And click and enable editing. Okay. I'll just want to make it bigger for you to see it. I'm showing you quizzes assessments because I'm encouraging teachers that even if you don't have Office 365, you can use Microsoft Personal Account under Outlook.com, and you can actually use this one for assessment with your students. Madali lang. Look at the Excel file. We downloaded this one. Sample. So the students started, this was last school year. The students started on January 12, 2019. Okay? Completion time was about 4 minutes if I'm correct. Okay? Email, we did not put the email of the students. Number one, uh, if you have the same tenant, pwedeng mapasok ang email niya dito. Or same, for example, same ka ng at yahoo.com, at google.com, at deped.gov.ph. Okay, pareho ka ng tenant, pwedeng mapasok dito. Okay? Or masulat. Alright. Total points of this student is 8. Okay? And that's the name of the student. Let's move to the right side. Section is taal. Everything that you have placed in Microsoft Forms will be downloaded in Microsoft Excel. So meron ka ng item analysis. Okay. This is the question here. Okay. What electronic device? Ang points niya is 1. Right? So one student goes directly to isang cell lang tayo pahaba. Okay? Ano ba yan? Horizontal. Okay. We did not give a feedback for this. So move tayo forward. Which part? Okay, which of the computer parts? So answer niya is 0. So dito natin makikita directly if the student got it correctly or the student got it wrong. Okay, meron tayong item analysis. We have the correct response here. And we could actually see in real time, okay, we don't need anymore to check papers of our students because Microsoft Form is going to check it for you. And this is very, very important now that since that we are in the pandemic. I do not know if you have the same feeling like me that like a pandemic, ang busy-busy ko. All right? So there's so many things to do compared to last year. I know we're all busy, but for this year, we're all busy. So I think this is time saving. This is a game changer for all of us teachers, wherein we don't need to check anymore. It has item analysis. It does a correct response, and record ka lang, derecho. You can even put this as what Mr. Michael Morales said. You can put it in Microsoft on your Wakelet. Okay, and for those who are familiar with Microsoft Teams, you can actually put this one in Microsoft Teams. Run. Okay, so lahat. In every question, so this is question, this is the question. Okay, how can you distinguish? This question here was in Microsoft Forms. When you download the Excel, it's also here. Okay, we're going back left side tayo. So all the points now are here. See? Walang problema, swak na swak. O record na lang si teacher. At makikita mo din ngayon who answered. Okay? So that's the beauty of Microsoft Forms. I gave this one as an assessment. This assessment actually was given January, and whoever knew that we could be having some pandemic by March, but I was happy, okay? Because most of my grade 9 students did Microsoft Forms, and it is their first time. During that time, everybody was like asking, baka mahirap, baka hindi, or ano ba, kaya ko ba ma'am? And I told them, you don't need an app for this. You don't need an account. Just click the link. And since you will be answering this one at home, we always tell our students honesty is the best policy. Honesty is everything. But I put my trust in my students. Okay? If you want to copy, then it's all up to you because answers, everything will come out in the assessment. Okay? All right. So, balik tayo sa ating forms. Okay? So this is an example on how we download our Excel form through Microsoft Forms. Now let's go back to my Microsoft Edge. Okay. Balik tayo sa basic profile of students. We'll just use this one as our dummy. Now, I do not know my students. I have not seen them. And if I go to Facebook, their profile pictures are animes o mga sasakyan or mga BTS, K-pop. Now, how can I ever identify this student? Okay? Through Microsoft Forms, under Microsoft 365, we can let our students upload pictures, or if not our students, our fellow educators, or those who have the same tenant. Okay? So, baba tayo ha. So, add new, and then here, we're going to click that drop down arrow, and we have the file upload. Okay? Now, the file upload, the file will go directly to your OneDrive. What you're seeing now is Microsoft 365 account. This is my forms under Microsoft 365, right? Now, if we're going to ask a certain respondent to upload a file, we must make sure that we have the same tenant. So, ano ba yung tenant? All right. So, this account is Jade April at R11, which is if you are outside Davao City or outside Region 11, it could be R7/2 or -2. Or basta the same po tayo ng tenant, the same region tayo. Or it could be at microsoft365.com. Okay? Kasi if ever your respondents are not using Microsoft 365, they will not be able to upload a file here because it's only exclusive for those with the same tenant. Okay. Let's just click OK so that you can see what will happen. Okay yan ha. Okay. So let's pretend and let's assume that all of you listening there in Facebook page and Facebook Live we all of us are the same tenants. Okay? All of us have Microsoft 365 accounts. You could put here, upload your profile picture. I want to know my students. I want to know, my respondents. For example, I want my students to upload a file, a picture, a PowerPoint presentation, whatever. Okay. They have an assignment, they have their assessment, or I want them to upload their Wakelet here. So, pwede. Okay. Basta pareho tayo ng tenant. Okay. So, file number limit, if we go down, let's click that again. So, we have files of 10. Okay. You could upload 10 separate files. Single file size, pwedeng 1 gigabyte. Okay, o pwede rin 100 MB. Okay, it depends, no? So for each file, let's say put 10 here. Kasi nagpa-assessment si teacher, pagawa siya ng PowerPoint at pagawa siya ng Wakelet. Okay. So 10 Wakelets for example. So each Wakelet file, okay, hindi ba siguro abot ng 1 gig, di ba Sir Mike? Okay, so 1 gigabyte. So pwede mag-upload dito si student or si respondent. However, as I said, as long as pareho tayo ng tenant. Okay, at r11.depet.gov.ph or at r7, at r8, okay, for Microsoft 365. All right, here. Okay, try natin ha. Baka may gusto mag-upload ng file. Change natin ito. Okay. Maybe some teachers out there, you want to share something. Name of school lang or name of teacher. Change natin ha. And I'm going to share this to you. Name of school. O, tanggalin itong are you a transferee? Hindi naman transfer si teacher. Name of school. O, erase natin yan. Name of previous school. So, yung name of school. Section, erase natin yan, ha? I'm going to give this to you. That's why I am deleting. So, let's see. You can upload your profile picture here, or you can upload any picture that you have there in your laptop or desktop or cell phone, as long as we have the same tenant. Okay? So, yung mga nasa region ko lang ang pwede. But if you want to try, for the sake of just checking, pwede. So, paano ito? Dito tayo sa right side, ha? Okay, dito tayo sa settings. Who can fill out this form? If I'm going to click anyone with the link and respond, mawawala ito siya, si upload file. But since we did an upload file choice, ang makakasagot lang is only people in my organization can respond. And you can record their name. Okay? And pwedeng one response per person. So, hindi pwedeng paulit-ulit si respondent. Ay, namali. Ay, nakulang. Ay, may nakalimutan. So, one response per person. Now, for assessments with teachers or with students, pwede as long as you have the same tenant. Okay? Option for responses, accept responses, start date, it could be today. Okay? What time is it? It's almost 11:30. Mabilisan natin ng saglit. Okay? Then, end date will be today. Ayan. Para sa mga mabilisang kamay, 12. Ayan. We shuffle the questions. So, one teacher will receive the question. Pa-iba-iba ang arrangement ng question. Customize a thank you message. Pwede. Pwedeng hindi, your response was submitted. We can thank you for your response. O, diba? Binalik lang. Okay. Now, since we did an upload profile picture, tapos ang makakasagot lang nito ay anyone in my organization can answer. Baba tayo, sorry. Okay? Pwedeng send email receipt to respondents. Ibig sabihin, pag tapos ka ng sumagot, pareho tayo ng domain o tenant, makaka-receive ka ng receipt response. Okay? Ibig sabihin, successful ang iyong sa form, pagsagot. Pwede yan i-check. Tapos, pwede ring makakuha ako ng notification for each response. Then we can check that. Okay? Meron naman tayong multilingual dito. So, our primary language is English. You can add the language if you want. That baka ma-translate siya o sa Indonesian. Okay? Pwede siguro. Well, let's see how it will work. So let's share it because it's almost time. Okay, only people in my organization can respond. Ibig sabihin, only with those R11 account. Okay? So that's how we do it. Hindi pwedeng anyone with the link can respond. So pwedeng i-copy natin ito. Pwede din tayo may QR code. Okay? So itong QR code, mas madali because we are just going to, you're just going to scan it. Alright? O later, send natin na. Okay. Pero, tingnan natin na. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm just going to share. This link is ready for you to paste. Sige. Punta tayo sa ating, balik na ako sa Teams. Sige. Baka sa mga question and answer portion, okay. Dito, copy ko na lang. Ayun. So, I went back to Teams. Kung kung sino ang makakasagot, siya yung same tenant sa akin. Okay? Pareho kaming R11. What if naman na ay hindi pwede kasi hindi kami pareho ng account? So balik tayo sa aking online form. Paano siya? We're going to erase upload file. Okay? Ang gagawin natin, we're going to delete that one. Cancel. Okay? Ayun. Kung gusto mo mag-upload ng file ang bata or gusto mo mag-upload ng file because it's part of their assessment, what are you going to do? Okay? Pwede kang mag-add new. Pwede na lang kasi walang iba, di ba? Pwede ng text. Okay? Let the student put their Wakelet. If you're using Wakelet, let the student put their Wakelet link here. Basta naka-share siya. Lagyan lang dito. Alright. So dito, long answer, okay, pwedeng ilagay ng bata yung link niya sa Wakelet, which what we did with our teachers trained last August. We cannot let them upload a file because not all of them here in Davao City have their Microsoft 365 accounts. So ang ginawa namin, yung shared link lang, pinaka-copy-paste sa bar. Okay? Dito sa answer bar and sa space. Okay. So that's it. Okay? So pwede siyang ma-share. Share natin ulit. So as you can see, pwede natin siyang ma-change. Anyone with the link can respond. So mabago na naman ang kanyang form. Okay? So we copy. Pwede mong i-bit.ly o pwede you shorten it. And then you can copy it or paste it and where. Okay? Or in the group chat of the students. So after this, balik ako sa Teams ha. Okay? Just to have a demo on how to paste it. Okay? Control V tayo. Ayan. Ayun. Now let's make, okay? Let's create a assessment with the students. Hindi pa tayo tapos. Alright, last na. Mabilisan lang. So let's make an assessment. Ibig sabihin, let's make a quarter assessment. Okay? So ang ginawa natin kanina, nag-share tayo. Okay? And there are things that cannot be done, no? By if hindi tayo the same tenant. And here, this is a random thoughts questions. Okay? Name of school. This is how I'm going to show you how to delete it. Sorry. So this one, how likely are you to recommend book reading for a friend, college, or student? Okay. So 0 is not likely, then 10 extremely likely. So for both Microsoft 365 account and personal Outlook account, meron tayong itong Likert or Likert. I'm sorry, how do you say that one? So baba tayo ha. Add new, then date. Ito siya Likert, ayun. Okay. So, pwede siyang, what do you call this one? This is Likert, sorry, yung isang iba. So this is, what do you call this one, Likert. For surveys, pwede ito siyang gagamitin for the students or teachers to give feedback about your teaching, about their day-to-day, about the training. So that's how we use Likert. Taas tayo, ito, sample. Please provide your feedback for the training. Okay? So this is an example of Likert. Click that one. Wala. Iba tayo. So add new. Sorry ha, let's add new. Then click mo yung Likert. Okay? Then type mo, how did you find the training? How did you find the lesson? Ayan, how did you find the lesson? So let's have a statement 1. It was easy. was challenging. Okay. Then option, tingin tayo sa taas, option. You could put agree. Another option. O pwedeng may strongly agree. Kasi nagbigay siya ng option. Then disagree. Okay. Wala naman tayong neutral because we really want our students to answer strongly agree, disagree, strongly disagree. Wait, sorry. This should be agree lang. Agree. Strongly agree, agree. This is strongly disagree. Tapos disagree. Then you can, ayun. Pwedeng burahin mo na lang yan. Alright? So the student can answer. How did you find the lesson? It was easy. So, click lang sa student dito. Okay? So, preview tayo. So, name of school. How likely are you to recommend a book reading to friend, college, or student? So, you could either click 0 or extreme likely 10 if you're not into reading. So, siguro nasa 3 ka lang. But if you're a teacher, for me, I would really recommend book reading. It would be 10. May random tayo. In cooking rice, what should be the correct order? O, di ba? So, this is example of ranking. Right? So, it could also be part of your assessment. So, paano sagutan? May arrow dito sa gilid, di ba? So, dito sa gilid, okay, ang ranking naman, it's possible to be done in personal Outlook account. Kahit wala kang Office 365. Okay, measure the rice with a cup and put it into your cooking pot. Tama ba? Siya ba ang dapat? Pour water in the cooking pot, place a pot of rice, rinse the water, siguro tama, right, and put it into your cooking pot. Tapos rinse the rice. Tama ba? Rinse the rice. O pwedeng mauna itong pour water on the cooking, then place the pot of rice back into the rice cooker. So when you move the arrows up and down, lalabas ang 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how we do the ranking in Microsoft Forms. Okay? Balik tayo. Saan ba makukuha si ranking? Let's go back. Kasi hindi ko baba tayo ha, so that we can add new. I'm going to click add new. Click mo itong drop down arrow. Meron itong ranking. Ranking, anything, any question depending on you as a teacher, you can use it. Okay? For example, in a story, there's a story that a child has read. Okay? So, may mga sequence. Okay? Though it's called here ranking, pwede siya sequence. Which of the sentence should come first? Or which part of the story should come first? Put them in order. So, pwede ranking siya. Okay? Move lang si bata. Or move lang si teacher. Whoever will be your respondent. Okay? It's a matter of just giving instructions and at the same time, giving orientation to the student on how they're going to answer. Because right now, everyone is adjusting. Ang iba, nahihirapan. So, when we give an online form, such as forms to our students, it's very important that we orient them on what to do and orient them on how to answer. So, that's ranking. I'll just erase that one. Ano ba ang hindi ko napakita? Okay, eto, features. Okay? How was your sleep last night? Dito tayo sa preview ha. Ayan. This is very important for all of us sleep. Baba tayo, hanapin natin yon. How was your sleep last night? So 1 is the lowest, then 5 is the highest. So pwede mong i-click. So paano yan siya ginawa? Okay? Dito lang din sa Microsoft Forms. Ito, in the teacher's point of view, rank the file according to importance. Ano bang pinaka-importante sa teacher? Mauna ba dapat si Vicks inhaler. Ayan, no? Tapos kasunod si sign pen. Kasunod si correction tape or colored marker. Or baka hindi ka masyado mahilig sa Vicks inhaler, dapat sign pen. Okay? Tapos next, correction tape kasi hilig ka magsulat. Next is colored marker. Last is Vicks inhaler kasi hindi ka masyado na nakakahinga pa naman tayo na maayos. Okay? So, yun. Those are samples. Okay, balik tayo dito sa how was you sleep last night. Let's go back. Okay? Back pala yun. And then, punta tayo sa add new. Dito sa net promoter score. Ito yung they will choose in between. Okay? From 0 to 10. Same na lang yon. Ranking, Likert, same. File upload. Again, we cannot do file upload if hindi po tayo same ng tenant. So those are some of the features, no? We have ranking, Likert or Likert, file upload. Ranking and Likert, they are in Microsoft Personal Outlook account. Same with Microsoft 365, except for file upload, wala po siya doon. Net Promoter Score, meron din. At si section, meron. Okay? Now, let's apply making assessments, a quiz. So, gagawin natin mag-copy-paste tayo. Okay? I'm going to click new quiz and we're going to make untitled quiz. Okay, assessment. First quarter assessment. Bilisan natin. Okay? What I did was, I'm going to copy-paste a previous exam here in Microsoft Forms for the purpose of this demo. Okay. Gawa ka ng description. This is your so if you're thinking na, paano pag binigay ito sa mga bata? Okay? Baka they will copy. We have actually an app in Windows 10. You take the app test. I am not quite sure if it's still available, but I believe it is. When you take the app test, they cannot anymore open another browser. So let's add new. Okay, it will be a choice. Now I'm just going to exit here. I'm going to minimize this one. Minimize. Minimize natin ito lahat ha. Ayan, sorry. Okay, we're going to open this one because I'm teaching ICT CSS. Whatever is here in this document, we're just going to copy paste it. Okay. Now let's do a split screen. The power of Windows 10. Ayan, split screen tayo. Then I'm going to open my browser, which is Microsoft Edge. Which Microsoft Edge also has immersive reader for inclusivity, which also I love. Okay. So we're just going to copy paste. I know it's quite small there on your end. Copy paste ko lang ito. The following tool, or the following statement is true about a tool except Control C tayo. And then, ayun. Ayun. And then, meron tayong mga suggested options, which is not. Okay? So, ang option natin is ito. No need for para multiple choice na A, B, C because the students are just going to click, no, the dots. And then, copy-paste mo yung mga options dito. Just going to minimize this one. Add option, which is 4. We're not going to copy all of this. No, just a matter of showing you what we'll be doing. Ako lang pa. Sabi nila, okay, teachers, if tama ba yung training ko, choices should be 4. Okay? At dapat walang all of the above. Kung meron man, kasi napagod ka na sa ika-4th mo, all of the above, siguro 1 or twice lang in a row, no? Or in the 50 questions, once or twice lang. or once, okay na yon. Okay, sorry. Now, we have to check which is the correct answer. The following statement is true about a tool, except a device for general work, a device for limited work, a rate of doing. So, except, so ito yon. Okay? All are true except. So, si traditional metal cutting part of machine. So, hindi siya, no? It's not. Okay. So, add another option. All of these are, sorry, all of these are multiple choice. Okay? Dito sa side, lakihan ko lang ha para makita nyo. Now, all of these are multiple choice. What if you're a math teacher? Tapos gusto mo ng mathematical problems. O, dito na papasok si math. Okay. Lakihan ko lang siya. Let's copy that one. Let's go to number 2. Wait. So, this is required. Okay, wala. Okay, let's add new. Okay? Dito tayo sa choice. I'm not a math teacher, but I'll try to do a math for you. Sige. Ang pinaka-favorite ko lang is y equals mx plus b. Dito tayo sa 3 dots, so, yung overflow natin, and we're going to click math. Ayun. Tapos ngayon, enter a question. Ito yung pinaka-common, solve for x. Di ba? Solve for x. Now, enter an equation. So, ayun. So, solve for x, solve for a, solve for ano. Okay, solve for x. Ito yung talagang pinaka-common. Okay, enter an equation. When you click enter an equation below, so dito lalabas yung mga equations natin. Okay? Ano ba? X. Alright, hindi siya nababas. Y is equals to, sorry, I'm not a math teacher, mx plus b. Baka solve for y. Y naging x. Di ba? Solve for y. Y naging x. Sige. Y equals mx plus b. So, tama ba solve for y? For those math teachers out there, please unearth. Okay. Please enter an option. So, for math teachers out there, or physics, tama ba? For science teachers, and you do a math solving, that's no problem because you have the characters here. Okay, so for x, y equals mx plus b. And then, pwede din may calculator, at saka pwede yung mga, what you call this one, yung mga algebraic expressions. Am I correct? Algebraic expressions ang tawag sa kanila. Okay? So, pwedeng, ang option mo is cos x squared. Tingnan natin. Okay? Maybe the answer for y is 4. Or another answer will be 8. Ayun. Okay? O, check mo lang yan. But basically, I'm showing you that for math teachers, we have some mathematical equations that you can use for your first quarter assessment in math. Okay? So, maganda yon. Now, let's add new. Let's click this one. Tapos may nakikita tayong section. We can click section. Okay? Balik tayo sa aking exam. So, ang aking exam is test 1. Meron din tayong test 2. So, section could be to help you divide your exam. But the student cannot proceed to the next section kung hindi niya natapos ang questions like, for example, 1 to 2. Okay? Click natin itong section. Alright. Okay. So, for example, you have test A or test 1. Test 1 is all about multiple choice. Okay. Now, test 2, that could be your section number 2. Okay. Section 2 or test 2 would be essay. For example lang, kung gusto mo talaga magpa-essay. Essay. Okay? Or, kung hindi man essay, write your opinion. Write your opinion on the following issues. Okay, add new. Okay, text. So, ano ba mga issues natin? Vaccine for pandemic. Example tayo ha. Okay, so it could be a long answer. It should be required. Now, the highest point that you can give to the student will be 10. Okay? Akyat tayo sa taas. Hindi natin nalagyan ng points kasi 1 point lang yan. Okay? Solve for y. Bakit siya naging x mo? Ay, x natin. Ano ba? Okay. Solve for y. 1 point siya. Alright. So, this is your section 1, test 1. All multiple choice. Tapos, baba ka, you made your section 2. That could be what? You're just going to write your opinion on the following issues. So, lahat dito walang choices. Magta-type lang si student. On this part, I am, as a teacher also, when you want the student to encode or type down what they think, it should be higher grade level. But if it's elementary or kinder, choose lang sila. Okay, that's just, my opinion as a teacher. Kasi mahirap pag magta-type si teacher, si bata. Okay, so choose lang siya. But if it's the student has a background in computer, let's say in grade 5 and above or grade 3 and above, pwede naman siyang mag-type. But it depends on the teacher, it depends also on the student, and kung sino ang kasama ni bata sa bahay. But if you really want our students na mag-encode ng kanilang mga sagot, kailangan higher grade level po para hindi po sila mahirapan. Especially if you really want to give them a time limit. Okay? So, tingnan natin dito sa settings. Okay? Because this is an option, this is a quiz, we have options that after the student answers everything here, okay, makikita niya ang test results. Okay, o after niya sumagot, makikita niya kung tama ba o mali ang kanyang sagot. Okay? Ngayon, dito, who can fill out the form, anyone with the link can respond. Ibig sabihin, kahit hindi siya Office 365, kahit anong platform niya na email, pwedeng sumagot. Okay? Accept responses. Check mo yan. Accept responses if you want to have a time limit on this. Every question tayo for this Microsoft Forms, wala tayong time limit. Ibig sabihin per question, dapat 10 seconds lang, 20 seconds. There's no setting here for that. Okay? Pwedeng accept responses. Ang start date niya, dito tayo sa set. Dito tayo mag-set. Okay? Pwede siyang mag-set ng, si teacher pwedeng 12 o'clock. Okay? Tapos ang end date naman niya is, sabihin natin 12:30 o 30 minutes ang sagutan. O dito tayo. Okay? So yan ang part kung saan tayo pwede mag-set ng time. But per question, wala pa po siyang feature na ganon. Okay? So dito tayo mag-set ng time if you want to give an assessment through Microsoft Forms online. So 12 o'clock, 12:30, kailangan mo din 30 minutes matatapos niya. Pero kung alam nyo hindi kaya o gawin mong 1 hour, okay, 1 p.m. So if you're going to set your forms like this, then I would suggest that you will tell your students ahead of time. You gather in a platform, let's say Microsoft Teams, and all of you are in the call, and you're going to tell your students that, so we're going to answer our assessment right now. It's going to open at 12 noon, and it's going to end at 1 p.m. When the form will close at 1 p.m., you cannot answer anymore. So lahat kayo on that day sasagot. So all of you will be on the one platform, all of you will be on one call. Then they're just going to open your Microsoft Forms, the link that you shared. So ganun po ang ating pag-time limit. Okay? Kasi there were those who were asking, baka per question, baka may time. Wala po. Dito lang po tayo magsiset ng date and time. Pwede shuffle questions. Ibig sabihin, the arrangement of, sana yan? Hindi ako ma-check. Okay? The arrangement of the questions will be different from one student to another. And then, at the same time, pag tapos na kayong lahat, same na ginawa natin kanina, pwedeng mag-download ng Excel form. Check na kaagad. It's checked already. Wala nang gagawin si teacher. That's why it's authentic. That's why it's fast. It's a game changer for all of us. All right. And I believe you are ready. Okay? Ang pinaka ano lang sa atin dito mga kapwa guro is that we explore, we check, and we practice so that we can experiment actually kung ito okay ba, pwede ba ito, paano ba ito gawin sa mga bata. That's what I did as an educator. I'll just going back teams. Balik tayo doon. At kumusta na ba kayo lahat? Okay. I know it's almost 12 and that's about it for my Microsoft demonstration, Microsoft Forms. I'm just encouraging everyone that we practice, we explore so that we'll be able to appreciate this one and at the same time encourage you to use this one during this pandemic kasi nati-check na siya, may time analysis na po tayo. All right. So, kumusta na po tayo sa Facebook Live natin? Wala naman tayong YouTube na Facebook Live lang. Alright? That's about it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Jade. So I believe the questions were being answered as you were discussing. So all of the questions have been addressed in the chat pane. So at this point, I would like to call on Sir Mike again to share some more resources. You know, as we build, as you've shared, Miss Jade, no, and Sir Mike earlier. Today we have learned two tools. That's Wakelet and Microsoft Forms. Now, if you want to learn more about Microsoft Forms and Wakelet and other resources available for educators, we have a portal, and I'd like to call Sir Mike to share more details about this. All right, Sir Mike, kindly unmute yourself. Hindi ka naman marinig. Ayan.
Ayan. So, ayan ma'am, nakikita mo ulit ang aking slide?
Yes po.
Okay, so very quick, what's good about Microsoft Webinar is that hindi namin kayo iiwan na one-time big shot dito sa ating webinar. So, to have our continuous professional development and sustainable yung ating community, so we will invite everyone to be part of our Microsoft Educator Center. But first, at least you have your Microsoft account or Office 365 account para maka-join kayo dun sa community. So mga wala pang Office 365 account, sa mga wala pang Microsoft account, so madali lang yung pag-create ng account natin sa Microsoft. Just go to Microsoft account.microsoft.com and then click that in browser and then create your account. Yan. So gawa lang kayo ng account sa Microsoft. Very quick lang yung paggawa ng account natin, just like in creating in other email address. Ayan. Make sure na kapag nakagawa na kayo ng account, always add your full name and then add your profile picture para later on sa paggawa nyo at pag-redeem nyo ng certificate sa Microsoft Educator Center is that maayos yung pangalan natin. So edit nyo lang yung name nyo and then you may add your picture. Ayan. So make sure tama yung spelling sa pangalan nyo kasi magagamit natin yan doon sa certificate sa pag-redeem natin ng certificate. Okay, so again, for sustainability and continuous professional development, so we invite everyone to be part of Microsoft Educator Center. So you may go to browser education.microsoft.com and then you may now create your account. So mga may account na, don't worry. Ayan, so sundan na lang natin para magkaroon kayo ng certificate, specific certificate for our two topics for Wakelet and Forms. Ayan. So just sign in. So sa mga wala pang account, ito lang po yung step-by-step sa pag-sign in. Okay, click that, sign in, and then use accounts kung ano yung gagamitin nyo. So kung meron kayong Microsoft Office 365 account or meron kayong existing Outlook account, pwedeng yun na yung gamitin nyo. So pag-create ng account sa inyong MEC. Okay. That's it. So meron na tayong account. So let's go back to my yeah. So ano yung mga meron dito sa Microsoft Educator Center? So basically, there's a lot of courses in terms of Microsoft technologies, Microsoft applications, and Microsoft innovations na pwede natin magamit. So wag na tayo magantay pa ng mga webinars kasi lahat ng mga gusto nating malaman in terms of Microsoft tools, innovation, and technology ay nandito. So you may take courses, 1-hour courses up to 16-hour 1 hour courses or up to 16-hour courses. And then you may also take learning paths. And then meron din tayong mga lesson plans, hacking STEM, for Minecraft Education Edition, for Skype in the Classroom. And of course, for Microsoft programs, meron din tayo dyan. Example are Microsoft Innovative Educator Programs and others. Ayan. So pag click natin yung ating profile, makikita natin dyan yung mga mariredeem nating mga certificates and badges. And for specifics, since we're talking about kanina yung Wakelet, so we have specific course for Wakelet, serve the 5 C's with Wakelet. So you may now start courses. Since nakinig kayo sa lesson natin kanina, so you may jump now sa ating assessment. So you have to pass the 10-item quiz. And then if you got 8 out of 10 or perfect score, you will receive your special certificate coming from Microsoft, signed by Mr. Anthony Salcito, the Vice President, Worldwide Education. Again, kung nakinig kayo kanina, so you may go directly to the assessment and take the test para makuha nyo yung ating certificate. And of course, sa topic naman ni Ms. Jade, Microsoft Forms Creating Authentic Assessment. So may course din tayo dyan, that's a 1-hour course. So you will receive your 500 points and of course, badge and certificate. And then, you may jump also to assessment, and then if you pass the test, you will receive your special certificate for Microsoft Forms. Again, this is signed by Mr. Anthony Salcito. And then, of course, for sustainability, yeah, after creating an account and be part of the Microsoft Educator Center, so you can be a Microsoft Innovative Educator. So after redeeming 1,000 points, yeah, magiging Microsoft Innovative Educator na kayo. And then you may level up to become a Microsoft Innovative Educator Trainer, and soon you may apply as a Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert. Ayan. So since meron kayong dalawang certificates, syempre, magkakaroon kayo din ng certificate as a Microsoft Certified Microsoft Innovative Educator after this training. At least kailangan meron kayong 1,000 points. So syempre, dahil nagtyaga kayong nakinig sa ating webinar, so meron tayong promo codes na pwede nyong i-redeem later after this webinar. So this is our 2 promo codes. So screenshot it para mamay tuturo ko sa inyo kung paano siya ma-redeem. Okay, so kung na-screenshot nyo na yung ating promo code, ayan, paano natin i-redeem yung ating points? Ayan, so again, go back to your account and then click Redeem Achievement Code. Ayan. And then after that, ayan, enter the code. So isa-isa lang po yung pag-enter ng code natin. So once you the first code, refresh and then enter another code. Okay? After that, go back to your profile. Yan. And then let's see, makikita nyo na ngayon dyan kung una pumasok yung inyong points or kung natatapos nyo yung assessment, of course, makikita nyo dyan yung dalawang certificates or even yung Microsoft Innovative Educator certificates nyo. So ganun lang kasimple yung pag-redeem ng points at pag-take ng assessment. Now, how are we going to see kung nag-generate ba yung ating certificate dun sa dalawang assessment na ginawa nyo? Okay, just click your profile and then hanapin nyo yung badge ng Wakelet and Forms and then click View Details and Certificate and then click nyo yung View Certificate. And then automatic makikita nyo na, and then now you can now share it, you can download it, and you can print it yung inyong digitized certificate. Again, this is our code, 2 promo codes na may katumbas na points. And ito po yung mga links natin kanina. Again, if you want to join dun sa ating collaboration space using collection spaces, you may join in this link and code. Ayan. And then if you want to be part of the Wakelet community, just go to the link. And if you want to join sa mga webinars natin, sa mga daily webinars natin sa Wakelet, nandito rin yung ating training.wakelet.com. And how to create a Microsoft account, nandito po yung link. How to create our Microsoft Educator Center account, ito rin yung link. And of course, to take the course and get the special certificates, ito rin yung link natin for Wakelet course and Office Forms course. Again, yung ating promo codes sa ating MEC. So again, Again, so iwan ko, simple, relevant, and meaningful. So thank you very much for joining us today. Go back to you, Miss Grace.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Mike, for that. So, again, just to reiterate, and maybe again, the call to action for our viewers. Um, Again, the Microsoft Educator Center is our free portal for teachers and to all those who are educators. So kindly go to education.microsoft.com and learn more. I'm sure you can actually find more courses there that will suit the grade level or the subject that you are teaching. So with that, in behalf of our team at Microsoft Education Philippines, again, we would like to thank the National Teachers Month Coordinating Council for inviting us to be part of the council and to be part of the NTM activities. Of course, we would like to thank our ambassadors, fellows, and trainers, Mr. Michael Morelia and Ms. Jade April, for spearheading today's session. A huge thank you as well to our partners at DepEd EdTech Unit for co-hosting this webinar at their Facebook page. Now, as we continue our celebration for National Teachers Month, we are very happy to announce that we have another session coming up this September 19, 2020. That's another Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And we will be talking about one of the most talked tools for online teaching and remote learning. So we will be discussing the better normal and how we are doing digital transformation with the use of Microsoft Teams. We will be joined by one of our school leaders from a Microsoft Showcase Incubator School, Ms. Del Calub of NU Nazareth, Manila. All right, so with that being said, again, thank you so much to all of the teachers, viewers, and educators who joined us this Saturday. If you have any questions for Microsoft, please feel free to drop by our Facebook page. We usually put up our announcements, and our inbox is always open for your questions. So that being said, maraming salamat again, and we greet every teacher and every educator out there a happy National Teachers Month. So, enjoy your Saturday. Again, maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Grace. Thank you, Sir Jomar, and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Sir Michael, thank you.